Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the very cool EMS 1, the fall finals. We are almost ready to get underway for our first semi-final of the day. We're going to have both semi-finals and the grand final today to crown our third and final champion of 2013. But before we get there, because we do have a little bit of time, we thought we'd catch up with a few of the stars behind the scenes, one of which is this man, Mr. Tweeday, everyone. Mr. Tweeday. Yeah, he gets a bit of love. That's nice, and he deserves it as well. I remember you and I had a conversation. It seems like yesterday, but it wasn't yesterday. It was a little while back, and you had 70 followers on Twitter and about 100 people subscribed to your YouTube account, and virtually no one had known who you were, but you were busy making videos of clips and videos of CS, and you kept doing it, you kept doing it, you kept doing it, and the more you did it, more people subscribed, and then suddenly you've got 50,000 subscribers and thousands of doting women queuing up to take you out and people writing you love letters and sending you parcels of thanks.
I wish that.
Yeah, all right. So it's not quite that big, but you're a huge star on the video fronts now. So talk to us about how that happened for you.
It just started off like 2008. We were like, yeah, everybody was playing Counter-Strike. So it started off like, let's say 2004 started off playing Source, buying the game, going into it. 2007 was actually that Hungarian guy. It was Kodiak. Like, you maybe remember, you should remember.
I remember.
And like, Kodiak was like the first guy who did the videos. Then Leppy, if you remember Surreal Series, that was the thing that I was saying, like, I need to do it. I was like,
okay, so let me stop you there, because that's interesting, because most of us in the room, I guess, you know, play Counter-Strike or play Counter-Strike over the years. We get into the game, we play it, and what we end up wanting to do is we want to be the next Get Right, or we want to be the next Forest, or whatever. But that's what we're aspiring to. You are different because you played the game, enjoyed the game, loved the game, but you aspired to be like the guys that created the movies that made Forest and Get Right look great.
I actually tried to play. I actually tried it. I actually went like, let's call it semi-professional in Counter-Strike Source.
All right.
But like after that, I realized quickly that the time you have to put in, because it's not just like, many people see pro gamers like they sit in front of their PCs, they just sit there and play, and they earn easy money, so to say, but that's not like the way. You have to focus, you have to put so much into the game. That was just not me. So I quickly realized that videos is the thing that I can do each day in and out without, like, sometimes I don't even have to focus, I'm just sitting there doing it, and people enjoy them, they generally enjoy them, and that was just like, yeah, let's keep going. After Counter-Strike Source died, CSGO came around the corner, and I knew, like, Valve's going to support it, everybody's going to be in it, the scene's going to pretty much be united, may it be like after 1 or 2 or 3 years, may it be after just 1 year quickly. Right now we're at the stage where everybody's getting together finally, so I just went all in, and somehow it paid off, and it definitely
did pay off. Talk to me about what it's like to create. I mean, you've done a lot of highlight videos for us. We're very, very thankful that you've done that for the Raycore EMS1. We've got some fantastic highlight videos over the last couple of seasons. But how do you start? Is it like you've watched the live streams and you go, oh my God, that was an amazing frag? Or do you see a passage of plan and you think, oh, I've got to go and rip that right now? Or how do you start with the video? What is it, I mean, concept-wise, and then all the way through to actually delivering a final product?
That's like 2 different things. There's the one thing that is the highlight ones. That's like, I've actually talked to Trouble like 5 minutes ago about it. It's actually funny because he was like, how on earth do you get it so quickly? It's that I watched the stream, and that I just quickly go into eBot. eBot is doing an amazing job right there. So I can download the demo straight away and do it. And that's the second thing, which is like the proper videos, which in the big project, the Nip at DreamHack Summer Copenhagen Games, where I basically sit down and have like at least 1 week, just 1 week thinking, besides taking the demos, watching them, and just thinking, writing down pages over pages of concepts.
Okay, so you're literally storyboarding out, just like anyone putting a
preparing
small movie
the whole
together.
stuff. Preparation is like half the deal. So.
Okay. I'm interested in. I know you're with Nip, and you know you're a bit of a Nip fanboy, frankly. I mean, I think we just admit that, and that's fine. We get that one out of the way. Is there a player outside of NIP that you kind of look at and you just go, he gives me so many clips, it's awesome. I want to make sure I keep watching what he does.
I'd have to go with Kenny S. Kenny S is like a really he's a good player. He's a really good player. Nobody can deny that. What he pulls off is just amazing with the op. And he's also such a nice guy, and he always comes around the corner. Hey, Kevin, I got something new. You want to do something? And he's always a little kind of fanboy to me.
It's gone the other way there. You see,
it's like the little love story.
But I'm also a bit of a Tweedo fanboy as well. I love watching your videos. I always tweet them out whenever you send me stuff. So, talking of videos and talking to Kenny S, quite appropriate you should raise him up, because we've got the second half of the full review produced by this man, Mr. Tweedo. Let's take it and see it.
Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Raid Call. EMS 1, full cup. We are down to the last 4 teams standing. Yes, that's right, just 4 left in the Raid Call Championship for their 3rd of the season. NIP, who won the first one, they're still in the mix, and the team that won our 2nd season, VeryGames, are also still alive. So is it going to be a repeat success for the first time? Is one team going to win for the 2nd time? We're going to find out this afternoon and this evening. Back with Pansy.
Hello.
It's kind of predictable in the lineups that we've got. Kind of predictable, but not totally, I would have said.
Well, I think the guys you're about to watch have caused a bit of an upset comparing to their previous matchup when Na'Vi was able to actually turn up in a game. That was a little bit of a different scoreline there. So, yeah, you can say that it's going the way we think, but some of the scorelines we're ending with are certainly a little bit to keep in mind.
Okay, let's. If you are just joining us, for the benefit of those that haven't been with us over the last 2 days, where the hell have you been? Is the first question I want to ask you. Secondly, let's update you with the bracket and show you how these 2 teams will make it through past their potential victims. You see, the Group A and Group B are done. We had a dual tournament process for those 2, and it produced Ninjas in Pyjamas versus Copenhagen Wolves. But we'll start the first semi-final with Universal Soldiers and VeryGames, the Poles that you might not be familiar with under that name, formerly, of course, ESC Gaming, are through to the semi-finals. They mentioned earlier on, I was speaking to Neo, and he said, you know, first time really they've played on a proper LAN in a big tournament together as the 5. So when they played Na'Vi the first time round, it was very much, they were still finding their feet a little bit.
Of course.
They were a bit too regimented. So they changed things overnight, and they've come back this morning. They look red hot this morning. Yeah,
whatever they changed, keep doing that, because that seems to be working rather well, to say the least, because the disparity between days is unbelievable. We said it at the start here, some teams will fall at the fact that it's a new day. You know, things can change, you may not sleep well. Some tiny factors can cause big changes, but clearly going back and doing your homework's the best one to come out and get yourself secured into the semi-finals.
Okay, let's take a look at the Universal Soldiers. They do have their 5-man lineup. It's 2 new ones, of course, in the mix, with the familiar 3 of Neo, Pasha and Taz, and joined by Snacks and Bialy. Do give them a follow on Twitter, by the way, because they're a little bit short of followers right now. They've only been around a little while. At US_gaming. It's quite a fun name, actually, US Gaming, because it sort of conjures up the whole USA, USA, USA chants. And I often think, is that what's going to happen in Twitch right now?
Stop encouraging Twitch to chant things.
Yeah, I probably have encouraged you to do that right now, haven't I?
Pandas is enough of that.
Pandas? Did you like Pandas, by the way?
I rather like that.
Pandas is fun, wasn't it?
I did like the screenshots that came from it.
I'm not saying you should do this, by the way, but I'm just saying out there, if you fancy doing it, then, you know, memes of pictures of Pansy and Anders in panda suits is absolutely fine. They're going head-to-head, Universal Soldiers, with the dominant French side, who have become, potentially and arguably, the #1 side in the last month or so. They line up with the team captain, Existence, Shocks, MBK, Scream, and Smiths at VeryGames on Twitter for the French-Belgian team, as they are. They were ruthless in their second game yesterday, but
very
they
much so.
Weren't that ruthless in match 1 against Fnatic. And bearing in mind, Fnatic haven't made it out of the group. So does that just say, well, maybe they were a little bit rusty, maybe they were just settling in first game, or does it lead to something a little bit more suspicious?
I don't know what to make of that performance. I don't think anyone can say Fnatic played extraordinarily better than the rest of the tournament. They played well throughout, but you know, they really challenged VeryGames, who just seemed a little bit lost for a reply. The communication seemed to break down on some sort of level, which is a real rarity for that side, who normally are so drilled in with the tactics and the communication that it's second nature. But something went wrong there, and if, well, the other guys on the other side can replicate that, who knows what can happen.
We're going to go to the map veto fairly shortly. We're just going to wait for the Poles to waken from their slumber right now, because they seem to have been chilling out a little bit. What do you make of their new attitude towards the game? I mean, you heard Neo and we heard Taz yesterday both say that they've just started to enjoy things again. They're really enjoying playing the game. They're really committed to it now. They've been able to practice hard. No slight on the 2 guys that have left the team in the last few months, but whatever has changed, and the 2 new guys have helped that, it's definitely a totally different frame of mindset for them.
Yeah, if you look at the negative side of being too focused, too serious, too, you know, kind of regimented on yourself, you can overthink things, you can overanalyze, you can really kind of psych yourself out of the games. And the thing that I always felt when they were titled ESC was the fact they got so close, they could never get those last couple of rounds. There's always those getting that 15th, getting that 16th that just kind of evaded them. But now that little bit lighter kind of nature beside them, they seem to be getting it quite comfortably in the bag that I think Na'Vi kind of felt the brunt of.
Okay, Matt Vito is ready, so let's go go over to that map, Vito, and see what they come up with. Don't forget, this is a slight change now, because we've got a little bit more maps to play with. So, same amount of maps to play with within the pool, of course, but the 7 in there. I've already seen Mirage and Train removed. Yeah, Train was an obvious one, wasn't it? I don't think we were ever going to be playing Train when Universal Soldiers were playing it. Season, yeah, okay. Yep. That's pretty standard so far.
I'm thinking it's Inferno, Dust.
I'm not sure either of these two want to play Cash, but...
Yeah, but do you want to play Nuke?
I don't... Well, not really. But well, personally I do, but...
You're a big fan of Nuke, I know.
Yeah, I don't think...
Wow, now that's...
So, Dust 2 is removed by VG.
Okay.
And,
there's a conversations needed now.
That's changed things, hasn't it? That has changed things.
Yeah, Neo's been summoned into attention.
Yeah. Snacks is going to have to get some advice here.
Yeah.
Are they going to remove Cash? No, they're going to remove Nuke. So, map 1 will be Nuke.
Right.
And we have Inferno and Cash. So, Cash will be the deciding map of the 3 because it was removed. So, Nuke, then Inferno, and then Cash for map 3.
Okay.
So, best of 3, of course, for the semi-finals and the finals. So, there we are. A very interesting map
First time seeing Nuke. Haven't had the pleasure to see it yet.
Pleased to see it as well.
I'm a big fan.
Before we go over to the commentary stand, let's just talk about Nuke, because VeryGames have always been very, very good on Nuke.
Of course.
Very good, but I've also seen Taz and Neo destroy teams almost on their own on Nuke as well. So
it's a dangerous map to go for. Anyone can shine, and as you said, Taz being one of those players that when he's on, there's no stopping him. He can be an absolute beast.
But I've got to be honest, I know he's listening right now, but he hasn't really been on this week.
I don't want to say that. No, I don't want to start. I'm not going to. But Neo in the last game stepped up.
He'll give me a thump afterwards for saying it, but he won't disagree. I mean, he jokingly said to me earlier on, I was talking to him just before the match started, and we went live, and I said to him, you know, do you want to come and commentate this one? And he said, but I'm playing in it. And I was like, oh, you're actually going to play?
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I was a bit harsh, but, you know, a bit of banter. And he said, well... Yeah, you're right. Maybe I should get someone else to replace me. And I said, well, I'll step in and you can commentate. And he said,
be fair.
Yeah, he said, but I'm at 0. I don't want someone who's on minus. Ooh. So I got it back. It was burned both ways.
All right, at least he's dealing with you then.
He's good. Right then, so we're almost ready for Universal Soldiers versus VeryGames. This is going to be another epic matchup. I can feel it in my bones. It's the semi-final of the Raycore EMS 1 Fall Cup. It's time to go over to your commentary team. Take it away, guys. Enjoy the semi.
Thank you, Paul. I'm kind of sad you haven't given us a little bit of a name, because I have a good idea for one. You have Panders. What about Anderson?
Yeah, this fits really well, doesn't it? There's a little bit of a Matrix theme involved as well. I mean, we could really develop on that, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, Anders, Jason.
Yeah, I see it. I see it happening.
It doesn't sound as cool as Panders, but...
And also, as a real upside, there's going to be no photoshops of us with pantsuits on, which I think, you know, that's not something I'm looking forward to at all. Thank you very much, Red Eye.
I thought it was a panda.
No. It's going to be the pantsuit.
Anyways.
Just wait for it. I'm already preparing myself mentally for when that comes around, and it's going to be tough to take. I'm going to look at my phone after the game, and it's going to be on Twitter. It's disappointing.
Well, either way, Anders, right now, I am getting super excited because we are finally into our first semifinal of the whole finals coming up, and it's between VeryGames and, unexpectedly for me, and not to sound too bad, Universal Soldiers.
Yeah, I was surprised too. I actually thought Navi was going to make it back on that Inferno map on the second half. I really feel like they have a really strong Inferno side, or CT side of Inferno. It didn't really work out that way, and so Universal Soldiers, the Polish team, who have actually always been strong on LAN. I mean, yeah. Red Eye kind of talked a little bit about the history. He said, well, you know, they used to be ESC, but obviously they go back a really, really long way with Pentagram and MYM and Frag Executors, and they've lost some players along the way. They used to be the Golden 5, and now we know them as Golden 3 instead, but still, I mean, a team that has an ancient history in this game, and one of the reasons why they have so many fans and why we're really proud to have them in the tournament as well. So yeah, they're going to be playing Nuke, Inferno, and Cash. Interesting map choice in a best of 3, and it is delightful, isn't it, to finally have best of 3 games where we don't just get to see a single map, but we get to play a little bit around. And I'm actually really curious about this map choice, because if there were 2 maps I really did not want to play VeryGames on, it might just be Inferno and Nuke at this point.
Yeah, and I'm trying. Actually, Nuke was chosen by Universal Soldiers as the first map, and then Inferno for VeryGames, who they're unstoppable. And as you saw the predictions right there, everyone pretty much agrees that VeryGames most likely has this one, but. You know, Universal Soldiers have been playing so well today and yesterday. I mean, they took Navi to a triple overtime. They walked all over them in their game just prior on Inferno. And if they keep it up, I mean, I think they actually will stand a chance here.
Yeah, I think they have a chance. I think that's actually absolutely the right way to put it. I think they're the underdogs, but there is a chance, and there's always a chance. But especially with the Polish team here, when they get up to a really good start, they can be really hard to stop. And I'm excited because I don't think we've even seen Nuke yet in this tournament. And have we seen Cash? No, we've seen Season, right? And that was Copenhagen Wolves that ended up picking that.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2 new maps that we haven't seen yet. I'm really excited for it. I want to see what this goes to, and it could really well go to a 3rd map. And if it goes to Cash, well then who knows? All predictions go out the window.
I know you and I really love Cash and Season just because of the mid mechanics of both those maps, but Nuke, like you said, first time we're seeing it here. Such a one-sided map for the CTs. Do you think it's going to come down to that knife round, where it's going to build the momentum for one team?
I mean, that is what it often comes down to, isn't it? The knife round really makes a big difference, and VeryGames are very good at winning the knife rounds. They're actually a team that practice knife rounds. Unlike a lot of other teams, I just think of them as a kind of a coin flip. VeryGames put a lot of emphasis in on that, so they have a good chance of winning the knife round, which is something you normally don't get to say, because it really normally doesn't make that big of a difference. And if they start off on the CT side, it is going to be important for the Polish team to bring it back, and they should, they're going to be lucky if they get 5 rounds, I think, on the terror side.
Okay.
That's what we're looking at.
And then you have VeryGames. They are the reigning champions from the summer season of the EMS finals. And right now, they're looking to defend that. I mean, they could be the first team to go back-to-back championships here. And not to mention, this is all leading up to DreamHack coming up in just a few weeks here with $250,000 as their prize pool. $100,000 for first place is pretty insane.
It is really crazy, and you're right, this is leading up to that in very many ways, also because both these teams now have qualified for DreamHack.
Yes.
Universal Soldiers did that by beating Na'Vi, so it means this is going to be a good forecast for that event. We'll get a real idea about what's going on, how are these teams on land when it comes to playing each other, and they get time to go back home and prepare and study and say what went wrong and what went right, and then move on from there. So this is just a really monumental battle in many respects. It's going to be important for this tournament because whoever loses here is out. This best of 3 is, is it. Yeah.
And I mean, then you need to think about the game after that, where you still have potentially NIP waiting for you on that side. And right now, I mean, I'm curious and a little bit scared on Nuke because we've seen VeryGames turn momentum around where they could, completely get destroyed on the T side of like Inferno, but they can come back so easily on the counter-terror side. But right now, like, if one team gets momentum, to me, it feels like they're going to be able to close this game out. And obviously, you don't want to be 1 map down, going into that best of 3. And all these teams really have to fight for it. But then again, you have Inferno after, which both these teams have played, quite a bit. I think Universal Soldiers have played it twice, VeryGames once. And they have a lot of practice on it. So they know how each other play a little bit. And that's going to be, to me, like, the killer map. That's going to be the real map for me to determine who's going to win this best of 3.
Yeah, I mean, they are both really good on Inferno. And on Nuke, well, I mean, you have to assume that Universal Soldiers are going to be doing well. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't end up picking that map. But I really don't know. I'm really curious about how it's going to turn out. I think a lot is going to be decided in the pistol rounds. But aside from that, I mean, VeryGames, they lost to Clan Mystic recently on Nuke. I think it was 16-12 against another French team that had Apex carrying Clan Mystic quite hard, but wasn't the only one. So, VeryGames have actually looked pretty much undefeatable on that map, and all of a sudden they lose. It was on an online game and everything, but it was actually best of 3. So, it's not without merit that maybe we should question VeryGames here. I don't think Universal Soldiers are going to come into this completely disheartened and feeling like it's Nuke. We're just going to give it to them. I think they have a good chance even on Nuke actually. So this is going to be just a really interesting game. We can see them setting up and getting ready. They were just talking and getting themselves pumped up and ready. Poles though, they look pretty relaxed. VeryGames, they were chatting in a group, and the Polish team just looking fairly relaxed.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. They just look so relaxed when they're having a good time. They play so well, and they're staying in that zone. And if they can maintain that, if they don't let emotions overrule them at all, they're going to be a force to reckon with here. But either way, knife round underway, and as you're saying before, pistol rounds is what's really going to come down to. And whichever team was able to pick this one up, most likely will go for that CT side.
Okay, VeryGames, they're staying together as a unit that they really, they practice this stuff. They want to win these rounds, and well, let's see. Don't want to cast a knife round. It's
I'll do it. They're splitting up right now as we're seeing those 3 CTs sitting inside a surrounding of VeryGames of those Frenchmen. But right now you're seeing Pasha and Taz, last man standing. VeryGames wins it.
Yeah.
That made it very anticlimactical at the end.
It's hard, isn't it? Like, knife rounds, they are just really hard. I feel like they're...
I think Joe and Paul do it the best because they throw in accents that I cannot possibly do. I tried Australian once. It became very wrong.
My fear with accents is I fear I'm going to like offend somebody, and it'll be like people are going to be like, oh wow, and this is making fun of, I don't know, Brazilian people.
You should do an American accent. I had Paul do that once actually, Red Eye. And he talked to us Southern, like a cowboy. Doing a lot of y'alls and...
That is good fun. That is good fun. I need to look that up at some point. I remember Paul doing various accents for the knife rounds. I think it's a good idea. It's, you know, on the one hand, knife rounds are kind of there to replace the coin toss. And at the same time, for a matchup like this, they probably do matter a lot. And VeryGames coming out on top, going to pick the counter-terrorist side. And if they win that pistol round, well, then they're off to a great start. But at the same time, you know, the Polish team, they have as much of a chance to do the exact opposite. And if they win the pistol round on the terrorist side, then this game is instantly much more interesting. So that's pretty much what we're looking at. And now they are talking, you know, serious time here. All the people getting ready, and just look at their faces. You can tell how focused they are.
And, you know, for you, between these two teams, because I'm wondering, the momentum that a team gets, who maintains it better? You know, Universal Soldiers, we've seen them take 7, 8 rounds in a row before. We've seen VeryGames take more than that. Do you think VeryGames has that advantage in terms of if they get that ball rolling, they can keep it going?
I think VeryGames is a team that relies a little bit less on momentum. I feel like they're a team that can recover a loss that they're suffering. Like if they're behind, they can recover from that from just reminding themselves of what they've been practicing for so long. So they go, okay, guys, you know, back to basics, back to what we've been talking about. Now let's get ourselves out of the situation one round at a time, and then they just kind of force it back in their favor. I think the Polish team is much more reliant on having some good rounds, but it seems like they never really dip below a certain level. It's not like they completely crash out if they do badly. So I'd say momentum may be a little bit more important to the Poles. And
I mean, the game versus Navi, you know, on Dust 2, you saw how far behind they were, and they were able to take that back, taking it 3 overtimes.
Yeah. At the same time, I mean, I don't think we should be given a tremendous amount of importance to momentum, because it also becomes this thing where we make it sound like it's you know, it's some sort of magical force that they carry with them, and then, you know, and then that's what wins the game. And I don't think it's necessarily like that. I just think it's you know, it removes some of the sand in the machine, if you put it that way. You know, some of the people complaining and whining and feeling bad about how they're doing, and so that goes away when you have a really good round. And then maybe you just gained a few extra percent, because I think, you know, that at the end of the day, these teams are so close to each other that if you can gain 1 or 2% more kills, whatever it is, you know, just a little bit more, then you can push yourself over the top. And that's maybe where the momentum comes in. But I don't think it's like, you know, you can regain like 40% of the game because, you know, all of a sudden, you know, you might be 40% worse than the other team, but, you know, now you have a momentum, so now it's changed.
That's true.
But it is important, because any sport is all about the last 2%, you know.
Well, I mean, you were talking about JW yesterday when we were casting that Inferno match, and you were saying if he can start to get a couple of kills, you know, start to get excited, start to be confident, he can take shots that he normally wouldn't go for. And because of that 2%, he was able to get a ridiculous scoreline. I think he had 32 kills in that game versus VeryGames. Yeah, that was incredible. It's sad to see that the Fnatic sort of went down a little bit earlier, actually, than I had expected, but they had a very tough group. Hard. You could say about anybody pretty much in that group and say they should have made it further, but... Well, I asked Trubby, I was like, you know, you were in Group B, and you guys got knocked out. Would you have rather been in Group A? And he said no. just flat out. Didn't even have to think about no. Because A, you cannot predict who would come in second place. Over on the other side, you can pretty much guess who that first place would go to, but the other 3 teams are really well matched. Yeah, it's absolutely true. And Pasha adjusting his headset for a moment. Noise cancelling phones go afterwards, so they can't hear what we're saying, obviously. Sorry, Get Right's dancing for us. Yeah, you know, there's a video of Get Right dancing on from the new Nip House. So yeah, he's pretty good. He's got it down a little bit. I wish we could put the camera on him right now, actually. Yeah, well, we can't. That would be funny, we don't want to scare people away. I don't want to scare people away at all. Oh, I'm so excited for this. I want them to get on the way, but they're still just setting up. Actually, let's do this, because it's been fun so far. Your predictions, Jason, with rounds attached. Okay, you didn't say one word so good, like Paul trying to set me up right there. But, okay, with VeryGames on the CT side, I think we're looking at a 16-5. 16-5 victory for VeryGames? I think so. I think the first half is going to be like a 12-3, and then they're going to take the pistol on the T side and just close it out. I don't know. I feel very confident in them on Nuke. That's actually a really good prediction. That's something that could definitely happen. I'm like a born optimist, so I'm hoping it won't happen. I'm going to say you have the best prediction numbers out of all of us here, so it's well, it's unfair because there are a lot of matches I haven't made any predictions for. So that's kind of how I stayed on top. I've just not made any predictions. But the ones you do make, I've hit a few ones. I've hit a few ones. I was one round off for the last map. It was really annoying. But I'm gonna say Universal Soldiers win. And I'm going to say 16-14. Wow, okay. So
different, completely different.
Yeah.
And it could, I really think it could I mean, I don't think this is because we're like completely disagreeing about the results. I just think it's because it could really be one or the other. It could be, as you say, VeryGames take both pistol rounds and crush, and that's it. Or, in my mind, it could be the other way around, and then VeryGames try to fight it back on the terrorist side, but maybe can't.
All right, for everyone that's just tuning in, we are in a semifinal #1 here between VeryGames and Universal Soldiers. It will be on Nuke, and VeryGames will have the counter-terrorist side here. So, as we're looking at this and how it's going, we do have a push on upper already happening.
Oh, great start. Neo is going to take down MBK, and Assistant's trying to shoot in the back, but he's blinded completely, and they've already lost 3 people. Shoxy goes down, and Scream is alone in a 1-on-5. Pistol round, there you go.
And this is the Universal Soldiers that I really love seeing, being so aggressive, not caring, just pretty much doing exactly what they want. And right there, you saw it got him 4 kills in the upper, it got him the bomb down, and it got Scream down to 1 HP here. He's looking for a kill or 2, but to be honest, I don't really think he's going to be able to pick this one up.
No, that seems really unreasonable. I mean, at this point, when you're in a 1-on-3 like this, it comes down to the other team making massive mistakes. And no mistakes has been made. Neo will get the headshot. I mean, they would have had to feed themselves one at a time to Scream for him to do that. And so long as they stayed, you know, passively, tried to hold off and made him come into, you know, a crossfire that he couldn't make it out of, they would have been just fine. So actually, that round kind of rested with MBK, and he's been performing tremendously, but he got rushed down, and he missed the early shots, and that makes all the difference. They got the entrance, and that was it. Universal Soldiers, they win the first round of the game, 1-0 for them, and now they have rifles, but actually, they only bought 3 of them, 2 of them, and they're up against the body armor and head armor buy from VeryGames, so they have to be careful. This could actually be a really critical round in the game.
And we do have them actually pushing up very quickly on the lobby here, so they know exactly where Universal Soldiers are going to be. But just like you said, they're going up against those 3 guns. But with that head armor, those P250s, they might have a solid chance here. It looks like they want to go for it.
Yeah.
And we see Universal Soldiers already making their way down Volcano's stairs.
The great thing is,
they want to commit.
Shoxy's up here listening, and he actually couldn't hear them walk down because they're just walking, they're not running, so they're not making any noise. Shoxy won't know, but there are still some people down here waiting. It could be a bit of a crossfire setup as they go into the B bomb site. Shoxy's still waiting in the dark here. Yeah, they got Existence down there, and the teammate as well. And Existence actually going to open up, gets the 1 kill. They're coming in for the smoke, and MBK gets a second one. Pasha will take on Existence finally, but it's a 2-for-1 trade right now, and this is a big problem. Pasha drops it, Taz in a 1-on-2. He's going to have to do this. They cannot afford to lose this round. That would be a disaster, and there it is. MBK with a quad kill bringing it back. That's going to be it. What a round, Jason.
And that is what you've been talking about ever since we started back yesterday. The P250 head armor is ridiculous. In VeryGames, they coined that, and they play it flawlessly right there. That was fantastic.
So there were multiple things that kind of, I mean, it was good. They had AKs and a Galil on Universal Soldiers, but they had 2 people with pistols. That's a problem when you're up against P250 body armor. And they walked through the smoke on B bomb side, and they really didn't need to do that. They had time. They could have waited for the smoke. They could have pushed up through the windows, but too much confidence, and it bites them.
Well, Shox just got dinked outside, and Taz going to pick up that kill from Yellow. So now they have a gun down outer if they can push around to pick it up here. And wouldn't it be fantastic to see Universal Soldiers turn around when they just lost prior, when they won the pistol round? So we're going to see if that can happen here. 2 Famouses, an AK, and an M4 in the hands of VeryGames.
I think it would be fantastic, but it'd also be really necessary. This is a huge, huge blow to the early confidence that they got. They actually need to bring it back, and there's Taz picking up a 2nd kill. Aggressive play outside. He's just killing people left and right. Existence coming out will take him down finally, and MBK actually getting a kill as well on Snags. That's now back to a 3-on-3 situation. So Universal Soldiers, they're fighting hard. They're getting kills, and that is really almost as important as winning rounds here on the terrorist side.
It looks like they're going to boost up here to check Heaven. And Scream is going to be watching that, though. So maybe if you can get that pick on him, you might be able to get some advantage in this upper bomb site. But right now,
so
Universal Soldiers, they're just looking for some kills.
Yeah, they're not going to catch anybody by surprise here on VeryGames' side. So they need more than just somebody peeking in from Heaven here. They need somebody to flash in. They need somebody to do more than that. There's the smoke. Scream is actually going to be smoked out of position. That's great play. Let's see if they can make it happen. Here comes the flashes as well, but MBK is going to get the 1 kill, and they're trying to bring more in. Existence gets 1. It's by Ali in a 1-on-2, and he's not going to make it happen. He goes down. Great smoke to force Scream out of that position, and it still wasn't enough. But here's the important thing. So now we're kind of back to basics. They've got 3 kills in that round. 2 people survived on VeryGames' side. That means a lot of rebuying going on. VeryGames' economy is still very, very bad. I bet if we look at the scoreboard in a minute, we'll see exactly how it works out. 2-1 is going to be the situation. But VeryGames, if they lose around here, they still eco. Unfortunately, the same is true for the Poles.
And they're going to be pretty much full eco in here. They do have 2 P250s. They don't really have the armor, and we see Shox get a kill already onto Pasha, I believe, outside. And right now, Universal Soldiers not looking too strong on their Eco round. NBK gonna pick one up, and it's looking like VeryGames is gonna take this 3-1 already.
Yeah, it's really, really hard to play Eco rounds on Nuke, isn't it?
Ooh. It didn't even matter because Scream killed him before the nade landed, but still, that was actually really well played. And they're going to clean it up. So right now, VeryGames up 3-1. If you take a look at the scoreboard real quick, 7-2 for NBK, 4-2 for Scream. But importantly, Taz is 5-4, and you heard Pansy and Red Eye talking about it earlier. If Taz can get going, he can really help carry his team.
Yeah, he's also like, he's a loud person. He gets really happy and excited, and I think that will make a big difference. 3-1, it's not a bad start. It's just that if you consider the fact that Universal Soldiers actually won the pistol round, it's really sad. They could have been 3-1 the other way right now.
Right. Well, we are in the first gun round for both these teams here, and this is going to be crucial for both of them. And right now, Universal Soldiers going to play it a little bit slower than they did that pistol round, just rushing into upper. Has to take a little bit of damage here and Scream a very aggressive smoke to keep them from going to ramp room.
Yeah, he's just waiting here. He wants, he's so good with the headshots. If they peek through there, there's a good chance he'll have the exact right angle. They're going to come in on NBK, though. They get sprayed down, and now the bomb is dropped. That's a big deal. They're going to come through, and Existence is going to go down finally to Pasha, and so does NBK. And now it's back to a 3-on-3, but Snags is very low, and they don't have the bomb planted yet.
And looking to pick it up here, and you see VeryGames, they're ready. They're in position to make this happen. And you see, Pasha, that might have been the shot they needed to win this round here. Scream even comes up, Pasha picks up another, and now they have a man advantage 2-1 here. They're not very healthy, but all they need to do is get that bomb and get it down.
They still have 45 seconds, so it can happen. Pasha's triple kill, helping out a lot on Universal Soldiers, but there's Scream. He can find the headshots, and it's going to be a triple for him. Actually, going to double, but what an amazing win. And actually, that wasn't Scream, that was Smith. I'm sorry, Scream died earlier, so great showing from him. He's got only 3 kills, and 2 of them were in that round, so just a brilliant display. And actually, NBK top fragging on VeryGames' side with 8 kills in total.
Yeah, and to me, Smith was the person to watch, coming into every VeryGames match because of the way he performed at Star Series against every single team he went up against. He was so amazing on land, and he's kind of proven again right there, saving that round, saving them from going into an eco round. And we still see that Famous on Smith currently.
Yeah, doesn't want to let go of it, and right now he doesn't really need to either, because it is another eco round coming out from Universal Soldiers. This is obviously the problem. When you don't get the bomb plant or win the rounds, then it's really tough on the terrorist side. You don't have that much money to work with. And VeryGames now, I bet they have a decent amount more. We'll see at the end of the round, obviously, how much they've got. 5-1 is currently the score, and, well, tough start here all of a sudden.
And Smith, because of the Famous he's been consistently buying, or not even buying, he hasn't been losing it. He's still on 10,000 money.
Yeah. That makes a big difference.
Yeah, so the economy that was kind of shaky at first is starting to solidify, and VeryGames is starting to solidify their lead over Universal Soldiers here. But we do have a buy-up yet again, and Snacks running the AWP. He's going to be going outside. Or he's actually going to the upper part of it. But can he get the kill they need?
Can he make the jump? Oh, he can. It's always funny when people miss that. But now he's up here waiting, looking down. There is one VeryGames player out there in the courtyard. I think it's Shoxy who's down in the garage. That's usually his spot. And yeah, he's all the way in the back, so he's not really going to be found by Snags. But I like this play. Universal Soldiers, they have a lot of rounds to play with in this best of 3, so I don't think they're getting desperate or even worried yet. They're taking it one round at a time and just keeping their composure, and that's what they need to do.
Yeah, it seems like they're still feeling VeryGames out. They're just feeling out how they're playing, where's like the right spot to hit, as you do see them finally push up ramp as Scream gonna back out to lower here just to stay protected. And some damage being traded, but right now, even with that push in the Volcano Stairs, it looks like we'll have like a 3-2 split coming up here. But Shox, if he peeks around that smoke, if that disappears, he could cause an upset.
Yeah, he could definitely sneak in behind. And I mean, they ran down as well, so he knows 2 people have made it down because he's spotting all the time. All he's doing there is just listening for where people are going and maybe spotting them if he can, but they have all the information they need, still VeryGames, and now they're peeking up aggressively. They're going to run into Neo, and he's not going to get the kill just yet here. Neo coming in for seconds. Might be a headshot, and there it is. Scream goes down. Pasha's going to take down Smith, and all of a sudden, it's a 2-for-0 trade.
Oh, MBK getting down right there, but we'll be able to pick up a kill here on a Pasha. Now, 4-on-3 Existence, very low on health, but Shox picks up a kill from the backside. MBK gets another, and just like that, VeryGames taking a 3-2 man advantage here, and it looks like we're trying to retake the site very shortly with these flashes, with these smokes going in.
Bomb not going to get planted, and there's the bomb carrier died. It's too late. There's no time left. He has to go for Shoxy, and he's not going to find him. He could have got the kill, but it wasn't enough. And that was a very tragic situation. The last players on VeryGames actually were really low on life. That should have been a Universal Soldiers round, absolutely, but it wasn't. 6-1 instead, and I think VeryGames, they dodged a bullet then. They could have easily lost that round.
That teamwork, though, out of them was just phenomenal. Able to go in, able to call out the right moves. And right now, Smith's going to be running Auto Sniper outside here. Or actually, no, it looks like he's going to be going inside onto Ramp Room. And he's looking to hold that down himself. And right now, we see Universal Soldiers, looks like they want to rush upper.
Yeah, grenade follows. Maybe trying to catch somebody, but you're right. Smith is here with the Auto Sniper and not going to get flash from that. If they peek this could be really pretty much instant death. Good grenade comes in, going to land on Neo. Next one actually doesn't hit, so but still 40 damage in one grenade is great. How are they going to go for this one? Flash is inside. MBK's blinded, and here comes the rest of the push. They've smoked it up. Taz gets the first kill. MBK with one in return. Scream gets one. MBK for the double, and all of a sudden it's Bialy left. The defense here. MBK is such a beast in this bomb site, and we see why. He is just so good at staying alive.
Yeah, I mean, even with these smokes, they've done that consistently against him to try to hold him back, try to make it so he can't pick up any kills, but apparently he doesn't care about those smokes. He's able to pick up 2 or 3 consistently right there, and he's consistently good in the site,
yeah.
Just like you said. I mean, it's really hard to take that upper side against him here, so maybe Universal Soldiers are going to look at hitting lower somehow.
It just is. He always makes the right choice as well. You know, he stays and shoots for a while, then he kind of rotates around the silo in the middle of the bomb site to try and look for a squeaky. He's been playing it for such a long time, and he just has the routine down. It's really, really nice to see him work that way. Now Snags, well, he's going to try and smoke in through the ceiling window here, and it's going to pop, and it's going to be flashes to follow. Let's see. It's going to be another A push here from Universal Soldiers, unless they try and fake it. Actually, I'm just looking at the minimap. Of course it's a fake, because they're all outside, so that kind of tells its own story right there. They've even faked me.
That's how well they played that one off, and right now it looks like VeryGames, they realized it. They already sent someone down lower. Smith picks up a kill onto Ramp Room, I believe that was, onto Pasha. Actually, that was down long.
Yes, Smith has gone downstairs with the Auto Sniper. So that's how much VeryGames are sort of switching it up. Putting the rifles in different positions, making it really hard for Universal Soldiers to dodge the Auto Sniper, really, know anything about what's happening. They're man down already. And what are they going to do? They've got 40 seconds left, and they've already run out of time once, so they need to not do that again. And they've changed their minds. This time, the A push is in effect, and there's going to be the first shot from Neo. Oh, and Existence goes down as well. Scream and Shoxy and Smith are left, and this is not going to be easy. 4 and 3. What a great turnaround from Universal Soldiers.
We have seen VeryGames do this before, just a couple rounds prior, and Smith's trying to work up towards Hut right there, but Scream able to shut him down, able to pick up that kill as Bialy returns with a kill on a Scream, and Shox trying to stay alive, gets a kill on a Bialy, trying to stop the bomb from going down here, but
it will be planted finally, and it's Neo and Taz 2-on-1 against Shoxy. Oh my god, this is so difficult because Shoxy could actually do this. He's already got the 1 kill, but he's been such a great clutcher in this whole tournament. He gets the first shot, pulls out the pistol. It's a 1-on-1. He's coming for Taz now. Bomb still ticking away, but he has a kid. He has time to waste. He picks up an AK instead. He's going to go for it, but Taz finds the triple kill. Great play. Finally, Universal Soldiers make it happen, and that is really important.
Yeah, much needed around on their part. Great play by all of them. I just want to check out the scoreboard one more time. 9 and 8 for Taz, 5 and 8 for Neo, and 5 and 8 for Pasha right there. And on the other side, MBK 14 and 5, Shox 10 and 4. So a lot of these players are really starting to step up here.
And Taz with a 10% higher headshot ratio than the rest of his team at almost 60%, which is pretty scary actually. 7-2 is what we're at now. And I mean, the problem is VeryGames can still buy. And even if they lose this round, they could probably still buy. So Universal Soldiers, they need to win, this round and the next one in a row. And if they do that, then they have a terrific first half.
Yeah, I was just about to say if they can win those next 2, but right now we see Universal Soldiers flashing up a storm here. It's MBK going to get pushed to ship. Bialy, though, gets a kill on a Scream as Scream does kill Neo right before he fatally falls down. And it looks like they've been able to gain control of Ramp here, but still, they haven't been able to make their next move. They're still waiting, and they have a minute left, so why not?
Yeah, 1-for-1 trade that will always favor the terrorist side. I mean, 4 and 4, but on Nuke it's really, really tricky because you kill a counter-terrorist and they just kind of end up going, going back forwards. But Existence actually, is he going to run into anyone over here? They're both up on, they're sneaking all the way around and maybe they want to make it a push. Yeah, Existence is up here by the ladder. It's going to be MBK with the kill. Snags does take down Existence. That's great, but MBK turning around for it. He gets downed. It's just Shoxy left in a 1-on-1 against Snags. He doesn't hit the shot. Oh my god, he's only got 2 HP. Shox missing again. There's the headshot as well. That's a little bit of overkill. And there's Shoxy. There's the clutch we were talking about. Triple kill like that. Down to a 1-on-1 though. It's expensive for VeryGames these rounds, and this is really important. If we look at the scoreboard, well, if we look at it, we can see how little money they have here. 0 on Scream, 150 on MBK. These are the numbers that really matter because VeryGames, they need to eco at some point for Universal Soldiers really to have a good chance in this half.
Right now, yeah, just speaking of them, look what they have. 2 P250s here, and I really like that last play that we just saw happen. I just want to point out, Taz came out through Hut at the same time that Snacks went into Upper. And because of that, they caught them off guard and they were able to take that position. But right now, Shock's unfortunately going to miss that shot, but NBK won't miss his. Gets a kill on a Neo, going to get a second on a Taz, looking for a third, gets it. And Shock's going to be the scumbag, steal away a potential ace here. Gets that kill onto Pasha.
Yeah, that's too bad. Really, you know, MBK, he deserves that. But he's already fragging really a lot, so, you know, maybe they don't want to feed him too many kills. 18, 2, and 6. That is pretty retarded at this point. I cannot believe it. 9-2 is going to be the score. And, well, a 7-round difference is what we're building up in the first half. Maybe you're right. What was your prediction for the first half? 13-2, I think?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, so you might be on the right path here.
Maybe. I don't want to call it too soon. I hope Universal just can start to pick up a couple of more, because I really want some good games here. We are in the semifinals, and the best of the best are making its way through, but we see Universal Soldiers sitting 4 outside here, and they have not been able to smoke this off completely. Smith's going to be looking for the shots.
Oh my god, Auto Sniper raining down hell from above, but he's not really hitting it. There it is, and actually I'm surprised Smith, yeah, there's the shot. They shouldn't have let him live that long. It's a 2-for-1 trade, so it's really great for the Poles right now. Shoxy, Scream, and Existence. It's a 3-on-4 situation, and once again a great start for them.
Can't count VeryGames out just yet, though. Universal Soldiers looking for their next position to move into, and Bomb is still not in a position to make it be planted anywhere yet. But we do see Shoxy taken out by Taz. I'm not even sure where Taz was on that one. And now a 2-on-4 here. We see Neo gonna get taken down inside Hut. Existence, great push out of him to just kind of get some sort of footing in this round.
Really confused now because they have, well, they had a 2-man advantage. Now it's switched to 1, and now it's back to equal 2-on-2 situation. Scream finds even more headshots on Taz. It's going to be Viley alone, and Scream picking up everybody in that round. That's unbelievable. I cannot believe it.
Hey, I mean, it looks like the brink of death for VeryGames in that round, and yet they still somehow pull it back every single time except once. But right now, Universal Soldiers forced to eco again, and the economy, the money game of this right now is really what's holding them back.
What I feel like is part of the problem, that once they're in this situation where they have a 1- or 2-man lead, it feels like they are game picked up one by one. I'd like to see them just group up and try and go for a bomb site as a unit. But it's difficult because Scream, he gets 1 kill, he instantly moves around and gets the next kill somewhere else, so they don't really know where they are. And that makes it hard. And now, obviously, another eco round coming in here from the terrorist side because no bomb plant, no white round win. Tough situation here.
And if they can't pick up at least another round here, they're going to be looking at a very, very tough second half. But Bialy going to be able to pick up one, though, on the Smiths. It's able to make it a little bit expensive for him. But right now, Universal Soldiers, they just seem not sure where to go. They don't really seem sure of themselves.
No, 1 kill here onto Smiths has given them an M4, so that's something they can work with. But now they've been found by Shoxy, who's hungry for more kills.
Does he really need any more? Currently sitting at 16-5. I mean, he hasn't passed NBK yet, so maybe that's why he's keeping to go for him. But right now, 11-2 scoreline in this first half.
Yeah, also look at how much Taz is carrying at the moment. 12 kills, and the closest to him is 7 on Bialy. So they need to step it up. The rest of the Universal Soldiers teams, now is the time to really do it. 11-2 is going to be the scoreline, and well, we're moving into the 14th round. So this is what it comes down to, the end, more or less, of the first half, and now is the time to really do it. They can't force VeryGames to eco. That's not going to happen in this game, or at least not in the first half, but they could still get some rounds in, and they've been so close a number of times, so there's really no reason why they can't do it. You just need to play the end of the round better than they have been.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They get those first kills, but they just can't seem to close it out, and they do have 2 outer currently. Shox, he's waiting for it. Bialy, he's right around the corner from Bialy's going to go down here. Shox, great positioning by him, and Pasha's going to be right to his left, but who will get the shot off in time? Pasha can peek. He's going to get it on the reload right there. So now we're all tied up 4-4. But can Universal Soldiers, can they lock this round down? Because they will have no money going to the final round.
Yes, Smith, Scream, and Existence. Here's the 1-man lead that we were talking about now. How are they going to play it? It's going to be Pasha with a headshot, and Scream taking a lot of damage. Nice play here from Universal Soldiers. And now they're all in the bomb site as one unit. Nobody's anywhere else getting picked off. Grenade is going to explode Scream, and it's going to be Smith. In a 1-on-4, do not see him going making it out, but he might as well go for it. He has, you know, infinite money here. Might as well keep going.
And if he pulls it off, he'll be a legend on top of that. But Taz not that healthy, so it's always possible. But Snacks Wait and Hut able to pick that one up, and currently 11-3 scoreline in this first half.
Yeah, and that was Pasha actually coming in with a triple kill, so very important that the rest of the team gets to feeling like, you know, they're a part of it, that they can contribute and do something great. Now 11-3, 1 more round, and I think the Polish team's actually going to be happy about the situation.
Let's see if they can pick it up, though. I mean, it would definitely be great for the momentum And just for their mindset coming into the final, what's that?
Well, it's MBK with the Mag 7. This is yeah. So Universal Soldiers, they've done a decent job of actually limiting the economy on the counter-terror side, because one loss forced them to a Mag 7. That's a big difference.
Well, if he's anything like Trouble, he's gonna make that shotgun work for him. Let's see if he can actually do it, though. There are a lot of flashes going into upper here. Everyone's getting blind, as well as the Molotov coming down, but they haven't peeked out just yet. It seems like a little bit of a fake as we're starting to push towards ramp room. Taz gets a kill on MBK. Taz gets a second onto existence, and Snacks closes it up with a kill on a scream.
So here now they've won the round. There's no question about it. Shocks and Smiths, but this is Counter-Strike, so there's always a question about it. If Universal Soldier make any kind of mistake, it could still go the wrong way. The bomb isn't down yet, and well, they're fighting out with Shoxy, and Smiths is coming in to help out. That's going to be the third headshot from Taz, and Shoxy alone in a 1-on-5, which just won't happen. 4-11. Very, very good comeback from Universal Soldiers. That could have been a very different half. Your prediction of 12 to 3 or 13-2 or something like that, it could definitely been true. Very close to that happening.
Yeah, very close. And you really wonder if Taz didn't pick up 16 kills in that entire first half, would that have really been the score? The second closest person to him is Pasha with 9. That shows how much work Taz has been doing. He's really been creating these opportunities, and he's been creating a lot of entrance kills too, which allows them to get into sight.
Yeah, very, very impressive, and he's going to have to keep doing that, but more than anything, they need this pistol round. They have bought, well, 3 body armors, 2 people with grenades. On VeryGames side, they have 4 body armors and no grenades. Well, actually, on Existence, there's some, and that's pretty much it. So we'll see if they can make it work. If VeryGames win this round, it's really hard for the Poles to bring it back.
VeryGames taking a lot slower than we saw Universal Soldiers do in their half. On the T side. Not a lot of damage being traded just yet. Barely down a little bit of health.
Snacks is just waiting out here. He just needs a single shot. And USP being clicked away, but Smiths will find the opening kill on Neo. And that's not the stunt that they were looking for. It's not done yet, but the next kill is going to tell everything at this point. Could be a man down in the pistol round, but 2, and then it's, then you're talking miracle comeback.
Oh, Snacks, there it was. That's what they needed, the kill on the screen, but MBK's been able to pick up Bialy. And now we're looking at 4-on-3 here in favor of VeryGames. Pasha, if he can pick up this kill, that'd be amazing, but Existence takes him down, and now Snacks looking for a second on the outer, doesn't get it, and Shocks picks that one up.
Taz will be the final man to go down. Smith's taking that kill. That brings it to 12-4. VeryGames, that is a critical round to take, and I'm liking your prediction now. It's looking good all of a sudden.
Feeling better about myself.
Yeah, you're feeling a little bit better? No, that's good. I mean, that's exactly what you said, and that's now it's really, really tough. Now the Polish team, it's always possible, and it's worth, one round at a time. That's the mentality that we're looking for here. Something that Natu, I think, told me at some point, just think about one round at a time. Don't think about what just happened or what's going to happen. Take it one round at a time, and let's see if they can do it. I'm not going to rule them out yet.
Yeah, I was wondering if they can pull off an eco round like VeryGames did against them, but currently with Bialy and Snacks down, it doesn't look too plausible. As VeryGames playing it very cautiously, very slow, not trying to give up any guns, and Smith getting dinked right there. Yeah,
and actually, Universal Soldiers also, they didn't buy the body armor, they didn't buy the P250s either. VeryGames, they did, however, buy fully, no submachine guns, 3 AKs, 2 Galeals, so VeryGames, they don't want to be out VeryGames against anyone else. They don't want to end up with submachine guns against body armor. They are, they know their own strategy well enough that they don't want to end up in a situation where it gets used against them. And that's actually just a sign of an intelligent team, which we already know that they are.
Very true indeed. And right now, VeryGames not looking too healthy, but in terms of kills, they're definitely leading that board as they have all 5 members alive. Taz, he's set up though for a kill or 2. If he can just pull off, he gets 1. He's looking for a second, but he gets taken down, and it might just be that body armor that you were talking about, that VeryGames did buy up with those P250s right there as he did get interrupted. But either way, VeryGames now going to take another round here, and it's getting very close.
It does beg the question, because you're right, they were low on health. So what if there had been body armor involved in some of those exchanges? It's a really interesting
Hindsight's
thing.
always 20/20.
Hindsight's always 20/20, but I do feel like more teams need to look at obviously all the teams know by now that VeryGames do this. It's not like they're surprised every time. We're just happy about it because it is a change to the metagame as it were, a month ago or so. So I feel like, more teams need to maybe look at how does it work, maybe just try it out, play with it, and see if it doesn't actually play out like they want it. Now, the must-win round for VeryGames, 13-4, and they have bought here in the 3rd round of the second half, so not waiting for the 4th round. They're going to try and stop them early on.
And with those 3 Famouses and 2 M4s, they're definitely looking to do it here. Smith going to get taken out of 3 HP, and that is a great start for Universal Soldiers. If they can maybe pick up a kill or 2 here, they'd be looking very good for the next round. And
I'm really impressed as well. Smith, he's actually staying in there. I would have thought he would want to run back, but he's just leading the charge once again. One grenade on him and he's dead, but he's still going for it. Pasha will pick him off finally. NBK with the return kill. And Neo,
Wow.
oh, NBK, that's all for the smoke. How does he do it?
Well, I can tell you this, he's a lot better player than me, so... now... That's an understatement, definitely. But right now, 4 members of VeryGames alive. They've been able to open up that ramp room. And Scream, he's covering outer. Shock's going to be seen. Tazzer, they're not going to pick up the kill. He's going to go in and commit to it and get it in the end. And now it's all in the hands of Bialy and Snacks. Can they pull this round back for themselves for this early buy?
Yeah, Bialy gets the first kill. That's one step in the right direction. 2-on-3 situation. Snacks is coming up through actually behind him. If he doesn't make too much of a noise, he might just be able to do it. But it's NBK who's up there. He even throws down the bomb, so he's going to stay up there. And small things, but it's smart play. Snacks, if he gets the kill on NBK, it's doable. If not, then I don't see this happening. Now he's revealed his position. That's really not good. Bialy goes down. Snacks, they all know where he is. 1-on-3. This is really almost impossible.
Snacks, is he going to save the gun? I would imagine he might want to try, but either way, he ends up getting taken down. 14-4 scoreline now in the second half. Remember, it is a best of 3, so even if Universal Soldiers do lose this game, they have 2 more chances to come back and take it home for themselves. But right now, the money situation, the round situation, it's looking like they're going to concede this first map.
Yeah, it went roughly like you said. It's 14-4 right now, and VeryGames, well, now it's more ecoing. I don't see them not winning this. I mean, now we're at the point where it's almost impossible, even on the terrorist side, because Universal Soldiers do not have the equipment to fight it anymore. So that's obviously unfortunate. You know, we always like a more close game, especially now that we finally get to see Nuke. And VeryGames, they are probably the best team in the world at Nuke right now. So not maybe a huge surprise that they're doing this well. Still think if they had won the pistol round, if they hadn't lost the second round after the first pistol round, that they actually won on the terrorist side, this game could have been really different because there were actually a lot of rounds where VeryGames were really close to ecoing, and that initial second round victory made all the difference. They would have had much less money in the first half if that happened.
And there's a lot of rounds where they had a man advantage over them. They just weren't able to close the round out. Like, they kind of got picked off one by one, like you said, by Scream. And right now, look at Pasha, not sitting too healthy. 45 seconds remaining. He does get a kill, though, so he will have a gun on the outside. And it is a 3-on-3 situation here, so it's definitely doable. But can Universal Soldiers come together and win this round?
3-on-3 right now. 30 seconds on the clock. They have the bomb picked up on Existence, so they're just waiting for them, hoping that Universal Soldiers are going to come and peek them. The bomb goes down, though. There's actually one in Toxic, so maybe a little bit of surprise. Or they realize now they just jump in for it, but Snacks will get the kill right as he dies, and that will be the end of it. Headshot from NBK. Triple kill from him in this round. How many kills does NBK have around the beginning? 27. What the hell?
And then 21 on Shox behind him. That is a ridiculous amount of kills, and Taz sitting at 17 as well. So, I mean, Taz is doing a great job for his team, but they just don't seem to be faring too well on this map. And remember, this was a map they chose.
I mean,
they wanted Nuke, and coming up after this map is Inferno. And we know how good VeryGames is there.
They are very good, but Universal Soldiers are too. I don't know if... I don't know. This is going to be a really tough map to predict, I think. It's going to come down once again to how well they start. Universal Soldiers, they need that good start, and they actually had it, but it was taken away because VeryGames, they're such a tricky team to play against. But now, right now, it's a 1-for-1 trade, 15-4, so map point for VeryGames.
And you see the HP currently on Snacks after he did pick up that kill, 15. And Smith, he's also low himself, and right now, Universal Soldiers looking for that kill onto outer on the Shox for Bialy. Actually not able to pick that one up. Shox out aiming him here, and that gives him the man advantage. And pick up another on a Snacks onto outside. And CT spawn, and now Neo sitting in Volcano Stairs looking to pick up a kill. Maybe if he pushes, he might be able to stop this here, but Taz all alone in this upper site. He's have to hold against the 4 members of VeryGames.
Yeah, that miss outside from Bialy, definitely a sign of sheer frustration. That was an easy kill, and he should have got that, and he would have normally. Smith will finish off the game. It's going to be a double for Existence, and 16-4. Man, that was really close to what you said. I'm going to give you... Pansy didn't credit me for being one right now, but I'll still say, I think you had the exact right idea here. So, yeah, that's the first map. Nuke is done. And, well, just we're looking at the teams here, obviously. The Polish team definitely maybe a little bit, dissatisfied with that situation. VeryGames, I think it went probably as they expected. So, I don't know, coming into this second match, it's always a question, how does one map loss affect the next map? And that's a really, really difficult thing to talk about, especially because we're not professional players, so it makes it a little bit of a guessing game. I think the Polish team, I think I said it all tournament, I think all they need is one good 1-on-3, 1-on-4 situation where they win, and they're right back where they want to be.
Well, you can see the teams behind us walking through. Just going to get a little bit of relaxing, a little bit of time to think about the upcoming map, and we're going to take a little break as well. But when we come back, game number 2, the semifinal number 1 between VeryGames and Universal Soldiers. Guys, don't go anywhere.
Professional grade communication tool. The choice of professional teams. Perfect stream viewing experience. Chosen by online streamers. Easy to use voice messenger service. Chosen by over 12 million gamers.
Communication is always vital when competing in tournaments. Winning a match requires perfect coordination. You cannot win by yourself.
Raid Call. Communication for winners.
Blimey, that was a bit loud. Louder than I expected. Anyway, welcome back to the Raid Court EMS 1 Full Cup Finals. We are into our first semi-final of the day. Another one coming up straight after as well. We've already had one map, a demolition derby on Nuke from the Frenchmen and the Belgians of VeryGames. What's going to happen in map 2? We're about to find out. We're heading off to Inferno. Here's your commentators, Jason and Anders Blue.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The next game is coming up, and we've got the Anderson team. It's what we are officially trying to brand ourselves at here. The next map is going to be Inferno, Jason, and, well, you know, Demolition Derby, I think is what was Paul said. Pretty accurate description. 16-4 is the scoreline, and you kind of said, you know, you kind of laid out the story for us even before it happened. You did say, you know, they started on the CT side, VeryGames. They won, well, they actually didn't win the pistol round. They lost it, but they brought it back. Yeah. So technically, they could have just as well won the pistol round. And then on the second half, they did the exact same thing, and then they kind of just rolled from there. Hard for Universal Soldiers to even get a foot on the ground and, in that sense. Hope, do you think it's going to be different on Inferno?
I think what we saw yesterday with VeryGames versus Fnatic, that VeryGames isn't invincible on this map. It is very likely that teams can still beat them. It's just a matter of coming together as a team. And with that overtime alone, I think there is a good chance for Universal Soldiers to beat them. I mean, I've said this time and time again, and I still feel bad saying it a little bit, is that back when they were ESC doing the cups in cup number 4 and 3, they were so weak on Inferno. Like, that is something I can say hands down. They just did not know, or did not seem to know how to get around, get into sites, and hold them down. But after what I've seen these past 2 days, they have switched things up. I think they've been practicing Inferno a lot, and right now this might play into their hands.
It very well might. I think, well, kind of like on Nuke, I suppose. It feels like VeryGames are really strong on the counter-terrorist side. So if Universal Soldiers want to have a good chance of beating them, then it probably will be on the terrorist side actually for them. If they can take a lot of rounds early on, force VeryGames to eco a lot, you know, limit their economy, make sure they don't buy the rifles that they need, and then, you know, limit them to have maybe only, you know, 10 or 9 rounds on the counter-terrorist side. Maybe it's going to work. Just maybe.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, to me, I was saying in the knife round, it's on Nuke, obviously we're talking about, it's very crucial to win that one because you want to start CT side, you want to get that early advantage, and to me, I think if Universal Soldiers can win this knife round here and stay on the CT side, then I think they have a very good chance. Because that momentum they build up, you know, with Taz getting pumped up, I mean, obviously momentum isn't everything.
Look at VeryGames. They have an actual, you know, firing squad, except for the fact that they have knives, but, you know, they're like a gang.
A knifing squad.
Yeah. Just getting ready to stab people.
Ooh, this isn't looking good. Wow.
Yeah. They practice
knife round.
They practice them. They know what they're doing. They want to have everything under control here. And, well, they do. So, let's see. Inferno is coming up. And now, obviously, well, a quick shot of the players here to find out what's going to be going on. The game, well, now is the last time to decide anything. If there's any kind of special pistol round you want to run, any kind of tactics, then, you know, now's the time to do it before the game really goes live. And actually, Inferno is an interesting map. People complain all the time because, you know, we've been seeing a lot of Inferno this tournament. And it can get a little bit repetitive, but at the same time, I feel like Inferno is one of the maps that really allows for a lot of variety in strategy. It really relies for both passive and aggressive play. In the pistol rounds as well, actually, we sometimes see the counter-terrorist side going really aggressively down the middle, and you can try and pinch people by going, you know, 3 people middle, 2 people banana, throw grenades, throw flashbangs, and just try and overwhelm the terrorist team. And that's one of my... I like the aggressive style. I like it when people try for something that's a little bit crazy, but sometimes it works.
What I really like on Inferno is basically that, and then one more thing specifically is the fact that for the terrorists to get from bomb site A to B, it's very quick. So they can go for a lot of fake outs where they send like 3 banana, 2 A, throw smokes, throw flashes, and then just rotate over right away. The whole mind game factor of Inferno, I love that. And it comes down to which team can really play that off better. And I mean, Universal Soldiers, we've seen them be crazy on this map, playing very aggressive out of nowhere. And if they do that again, I think they might catch VeryGames off guard.
Here we go, the 2 teams, VeryGames and Universal Soldiers, and hyper exciting music, man. It makes me pumped up. So here we go. It's going to be VeryGames on the counter-terrorist side and Universal Soldiers on the terrorist side. And we are ready to go. And look at the apartments. They are being occupied right now by a Polish team.
With those decoys, it's throwing them off a little bit, but there is a 4-man stack at this A site by VeryGames here. A very smart move, and it's going to pay off here if they can pick up the kills. Neos, he does get spotted by Shocks, but he does back away. And right now, I think VeryGames, their jig is up. They know they're there, and see if they can pick up these kills.
He's turning around all the time. Existence is in the side. He's trying to land a headshot on people jumping up, but not yet. Actually, it will be Smiths and Existence with the two first kill of the rounds, and now they need return kills. And it's going to be Bialy and Neo and Taz as well. They all come in for the joy, and now it's going to be Scream in a 1-on-3 situation. Great turnaround.
Look at that HP, though, on Universal Soldier. Oh, doesn't matter anymore. That Glock shot coming in from Neo. They pick up that first round. But now, Anders, we just saw this the map prior. They have to play this one safer. They cannot afford to let VeryGames go for that P250 armor rush again.
Well, just as you said it, Shoxy buying body armor, and here it comes. They must know now, and look at it, though. Taz with a Mag 10, and there's one on Snacks as well. These weapons do not do well against head armor, but actually Screaming Existers don't have head armor if they can find those, but there's only 2 Galils. Yet Universal Soldiers, they have to learn from their mistakes. I'm really worried right now.
And let's see what's going to happen this time. Universal Soldiers playing very aggressively, going to push up middle. Snacks looking for that kill. Does pick it on a Smiths, but took him quite a few shots to pick that. And you see the rotate already coming down for VeryGames. They're sending, well, they were sending one over to this A side, and it looks like Universal Soldiers are just going to work to CT archway and just try to pick up a couple of kills. Not really look for a plant yet.
I think Smith must have been blinded because he actually did no damage. Snacks is finally going to go down. Scream defending in here. Going to be a good headshot from Neo, and he's just waiting for them to come on out. Existence here is the one with no head armor, and he's going to go down instantly. There's Shocks dropping, and MBK alone in the pit. Great round from Universal Soldiers. They stick together as a team. They force their way through, and well, MBK gonna actually
crazy leg work there.
Yeah, it's a bit of breakdancing at the end, just as he died.
But yeah, I mean, they played that one off so much better. Like you said, sticking together as one unit, not allowing them to get picked off one by one, not allowing those guns to move over. And with that, they take a 2-round lead here in this first half. And honestly, if they can keep this up, if they can, pull out, I'd say like 3-4 more rounds, they'd be looking very good on that CT side.
Yeah, and now there's nothing on VeryGames. This is a clean eco, as we'd say. Well, I think there's one grenade on Scream, so I think they might try and throw a flash in the middle and just try and all go for it, like aggressive play. It might work out. We'll see. Neo's going to be the first one in here. No flash happening yet, but they will kill Neo and pick up that Mag 10. But the B-bomb site is open for business, and, well, that's where they're going.
And there's actually a 2-man stack right there, as we saw over towards mid. But either way, just like I said, free pickings here in B. You're going to be able to get the bomb down very shortly, but VeryGames in hot pursuit. They're running through construction right away. They're looking for a couple of kills to stop this plant from coming down. MBK going to push him, but Pasha picking up a double kill right there.
Oh. I think they lined up for him. I think that was one bullet killing 2 people. That's always fun when that happens. And he's waiting for even more. If they come through the smoke, he's completely ready. Galil against no head armor, that's a good trade. And VeryGames with no chance of winning this round, really. Just hoping for some extra kills if they can. Maybe force some people to explode with the bomb or something like that. It's a nice attempt, but I don't think Universal Soldiers are going to go for it.
Yeah, you see Pasha get the 3rd kill of the round for himself. Closing on that last remaining member. Shocks.
He is in there, but they don't find him, and he's going to come up behind them. Has a P250, and there is the shot on Pasha. Can he? No, he will explode at the end, but 2 kills coming in from VeryGames. They managed to do something, and now the 4th round is obviously where it gets really important. If Universal Soldiers can actually win this, then they're off to a flying start.
Yes, they are, and right now Neo is leading his team 6-1, and yeah, we're obviously 3 rounds in. Yeah, they won the pistol round, but seeing Neo get in the zone right now for me is really scary if you're a VeryGames fan, because he can definitely decide how games are going to go. And as you can see on the screen, they're going to split up here, try to control Banana like they seem to always do. But with those nades, they actually kind of expected, I guess, VeryGames to push up, and didn't hit them, but it's very smart thinking. It shows they've done their research.
Yeah, it's a good play from Universal Soldiers. They forced VeryGames back, actually, without taking too much damage. And just as I said, that Taz takes a fair bit. But, controlling Banana here for the terrorist side is good because most of the time it's going to force 2 people from the counter-terrorist side to stay in B instead of potentially just 1. If you can push up aggressively on Banana as CT, you just need 1 person defending B. So Universal Soldiers, a good job. And now they can fall back and maybe go for a hit on the A-bomb side because they know there's only going to be 3 people there. They can be quite sure, at least, there's only going to be 3 people.
Yeah, and right now, they're kind of stacked up towards apartments, going to make sure no one gets through there. The Universal Soldiers taking their time. 50 seconds remain on the clock here. They're going to throw the flashes. Smoke's going to come out shortly, I would assume, as Stacks actually gets a team kill on Bialy right there. VeryGames, Smith picks up that kill onto Neo, and he's staying alive in this little side. And he eventually goes down to Pasha.
They're coming through the archway as well. 2 people already rotating out of the B-bomb site, so very quick leg work here from VeryGames. The communication actually working just beautifully. And down in Library, there's 1 person waiting. I think that's Existence. Scream gets a kill on Taz, and Existence does go down, and Snacks is trying to pick up whoever's in the pit, but it's going to be MBK. This is his position. Just like on Nuke, where he covers the A-bomb site, on this map, it's pit for MBK, and he's very strong. Shoxy coming with the final kill. 1-3. First round for VeryGames, and it's the 4th one as well, the critical one.
Yeah, great job of them to turn it right back around, but we're still in the buy round for Universal Soldiers. Just like we keep saying, 2-3 more rounds, they'll be looking very good coming into the second half. But VeryGames, such a strong CT side. They're an amazing CT team for Inferno here, and they're still committing to this B bomb site. I want to see if they're going to contest it this time, though. Looks like MBK just going to back away from middle. Just going to throw the nade down.
Hey, yeah, that could have actually been really interesting. I was really hoping VeryGames would try and push aggressively, because if they had, then Universal Soldiers would have had 4 people in the second mid, and that's kind of what you need for that aggressive push. That would have been really fun to see. But instead, it's going to be, well, a split push down to the middle, see if they can go for the archway, but they get smoked off. They're trying to come through the smoke, and that's a really bad idea. 2 people waiting for them.
It's great crossfire as well for VeryGames right there. But you see MBK watching apartments. You know someone's coming. Smith gets a second kill right there with that Famous. And MBK picking one up himself. And MBK a second right there. And they're just shutting Universal Soldiers down really one-handedly, or one-sidedly. And another round on the board.
Clean round indeed. Actually a flawless round from VeryGames. Didn't lose a single player, and that shows in their economy, and that's the start that they're looking for. VeryGames is... I mean, when we talk about individual skill, we talk about the ability to aim and to make tough calls in a one-on-one or 1-on-2 or so on, and that's all good. But VeryGames' economic handling is just really, really on point. I think they're probably the best team in the world at actually managing their economy and knowing when to buy and not buying. And getting them a flawless round like that really gives them a lot to play with. But they're going to drop existence early on. Scream is alone at this bomb site. Can they take him down? If they do, then it's clean open. But they're being flanked at the same time. 2 people coming in from behind them, and Scream picks up the kill. And now Universal Soldiers in a terrible position.
Looks like they want to commit to the site, though, as Taz gets that shot on a Scream, and that should be bomb going down shortly. But MBK, he doesn't want to let this happen. Going through construction, and Neo sitting over towards Banana. Let's see if they can hold on to this. It is a 4-on-3, but they're very low in health at this point. Neo, if he gets his kill on Banana, I would assume they easily should have this round.
Yeah, that kill, that entrance into the B-bomb site, so important. And there is the kill that you were talking about. Smith is going to go down. Shoxy and MBK left in a 2-on-4 situation. All of a sudden, they turn it around. They were actually locked in on Banana, but they fought their way out. The bomb is down. It's a 1-on-3. MBK alone will get the 1 kill. Gets dropped by Bialy, and there it is. Double for Neo, double for Bialy, and Universal Soldiers find that 4th round. And VeryGames, well, they can bind, but if they lose this round, not so much.
I'm really impressed and really happy with the Universal Soldiers. They've definitely stepped up to the occasion, taking the first 4 out of 6 rounds here. And for them, I hope they can continue to make it happen, because they have a decent amount of money. They can obviously buy up again next. Oh, they could earlier on, but let's see if they can make anything happen. As we do see a 3-man stack by VeryGames, though, over at Banana. They realize they've been losing it consistently, and they want to stop that from happening again.
I think you're right. This comes as a response to Universal Soldiers trying to push Banana aggressively a couple of rounds on the row. As they think, well, we're just going to put 3 people here and grenade it down, but it doesn't work out that way. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade in the middle, and they're trying to force their way back. There's actually nobody in B right now. They could just make it back, and they're doing exactly that. They have the right read here. The Pole's doing a good job. Snags is going to go down, but they could get in and plant the bomb right now, and this is exactly what they need. They just need to smoke off towards CT, and there it is, being drawn on the map. Smoking that off will allow them that, but it's not right now. And Scream, well, he has a clear shot into this bomb site.
Oh, wow. Scream taking a lot of damage. Knocked down to 2 HP, and let's see if they can hold on to this, though. You see VeryGames trying to fight their way back in. Neo holding construction, holding Bennett as well as he can. And as you can see, they're just right there. They're ready to go in, but Bialy picks up a crucial kill on a Scream right here, and that might have been enough to actually lock down this round as Neo gets a kill on the MBK. And you see another kill come in for Neo. He is stepping up. It's all in the hands of Shox. Can he turn this around? He's over towards Bennett, picks up 1. He's looking for 2nd, but he doesn't have time.
No, and they're so low. Look at it, 6 and 7 HP on Bialy and Neo, and Shox is making a run for it. Neo, he actually went aggressive with 20 HP. He's a very brave man, but it was actually the right move. Just, if you look at your HP and 20 HP at that point, I'd be hiding in a corner somewhere just hoping not to catch a grenade or a bullet or anything. Anything would have killed him at that point, and he actually saved his team then a whole lot. And that's going to be, an eco round like we predicted from VeryGames, but the 1 rifle, as you're pointing out, Jason, here, is what they have.
Yeah, and he doesn't have head armor for it, though, so let's see if Shox can be the big playmaker he's been able to be before on Nuke just prior.
Yeah, he doesn't have an AWP, but he's still going to go for the snipe, and there it is. Oh, what a shot from Shox. He does get taken down by Taz immediately after, and that's actually pretty important. Smith has picked up the fallen rifle, so maybe they're going to just keep on trading it, keeping it alive for a long time, or what we might call, the Russian rifle. People used to do that, just like a Russian team of terrorists with 1 AK in front, and then, picking it up as it goes down.
Oh, so gotta be careful. There's a guy right behind him. He gets it. MBK is going to have a gun for himself, and this eco round, I don't even want to call it half eco round for VeryGames, is starting to pay off here. They have the man advantage. They have 2 guns, and we see Universal Soldiers pushing this B side, but the bomb is nowhere near.
Great flash coming out. Existent trying to find a kill. He will find it. Now Taz and Bailey are left. But 2 rifles are on VeryGames, as we were talking about. And 50 seconds on the clock for Universal Soldiers. They could actually make the flank back, but they're not. Bailey drops down. It's all on Taz. He's 1 on 3. It's doable, but he has to move quickly.
With that smoke, it's giving him a little bit of advantage here. He does have the bomb, so he can go for the plant. He, in fact, will fake it. He wants to be able to get a kill or 2 here just to open it up, but wow, Smith's coming out huge. Gets 2 kills for the round, shuts Taz down. And on that half buy, they were able to pick that one up and save themselves.
Absolutely critical. That would have actually been 6-2 in favor of Universal Soldiers, which would have been a great score for them. They would have, I mean, they're already looking really good. I think 6 rounds is actually all they need on the terrorist side here. But if they could have got any more, it would have been fantastic. VeryGames are struggling right now, and economically as well. They're not done yet, the polls, but they are ecoing this time, and that's going to be tough to try and break through with.
Yep, Smith always picks up 1 for himself on a snacks here. And we see a second come in, a third come in for Smith, a 4th. And we see, I believe, the first ace of the finals coming in. Oh, it's an eco, obviously, but still it counts. It counts in my book.
Well counted in, absolutely. I mean, an ace is an ace. Pistols, yeah, that's a bit easier to do it, but still, you know, you never know when a teammate of yours is going to steal it away like we've seen previously today. So, not only did Universal Soldiers lose, not the last one, but the round before that, they lost it, and that meant that VeryGames won an eco round, and it forced Universal Soldiers to eco, so it was really, really a bad round for them to lose. And VeryGames, they might have dodged a bullet down. They're 1 round away from equalizing here, and we're in the 10th round now.
Being very aggressive here on Banana, but we do see a kill come in. Snacks falling to the hands of MBK. I believe that was over towards the A-bomb site. I think MBK actually pushed up apartments there for that one.
Yeah.
And with that smoke, just like you're talking about with Molotovs, you know, it buys you so much time to prevent the other team from getting in. And look at Taz, already down to below half health. Bialy already taking some damage on top of that. In VeryGames, they don't want to let any more rounds slip away.
They do not, and you're right, the smokes are really important in Inferno. Something we haven't mentioned that much, but they buy a lot of time for the counter-terrorist side. Now we see there's less than a minute on the clock, and actually Neo's going to push out here, but over towards the B-bomb site, there's always a smoke in place, and I bet there's going to be a new one up very soon. That's at least their style usually, but actually, are they running out of smokes here? That could be a big problem. That allows them to push in as well. They're going to smoke off towards CT spawn. Existence is waiting. He tries for the headshot, not finding it. There's one on Bailey. Can he get the second? He can. No Scream helping out. In fact, that's Pasha going down, and Taz is coming in to seal the deal, but it's too late. Scream will find, well, nothing but headshots for yet another round. 5-5 is the score, and they equalize it. VeryGames now, you know, they have the money to really work with. Now they can lose 1 or maybe even 2 rounds before they start ecoing, and I was looking really close early on. Universal Soldiers could have had a very different first half. It's not done yet. Oh, yeah. But it could have been very different already.
And Smith, he's going angry mode right now. 14-7, leading his team, has double the kills of anyone else. And see if he picks up any more as he gets one right there in the BI. Gonna get a second out of Pasha. It's an eco round yet again. I'm not gonna get too excited, but still, I mean, he is laying down his mark in middle. He has been consistently hitting these shots and has been able to get VeryGames, you know, a tied score currently.
Yeah, and obviously an eco round like this, can't really expect too much. It is Inferno. It's really hard to make a breakthrough. It's not like some other maps like... Actually, man, we haven't seen this whole tournament, but Train, where you can reasonably well put down the bomb in an eco round on the terrorist side. You know, you can get a smoke, try and smoke up the bomb side, run in there and put the bomb down. Doesn't really happen so much in Inferno. You need, you know, really, really good eco round kills to do that. So Universal Soldiers, they're stuck in an awful situation, but at least they'll have money to buy in this time. VeryGames with a disgusting amount of money, basically.
And I think, I want to be confident and say this, that Universal Soldiers are going to go for a very quick rush here. I mean, they haven't been doing it too much so far.
He's shooting all the chickens.
What? I mean...
Scream, come on.
Who really likes chickens?
We had chickens yesterday.
Well, that, thanks to him, we did.
Yeah, okay, I see your point. I see your point.
Anyways, we do see a 4-man push on a Banana here out of Universal Soldiers. Not going to go for that quick play that I was expecting, but we're going to see actually him...
Oh, that was actually a miss by Existence. That should have probably been a kill, and let's see if Universal Soldiers are going to make him regret that decision or make him regret that mistake. They're going to be pushing out on Banana again, and Scream is waiting and waiting. He's going to get the headshot on Pasha, and will fall back. He's, well, taking about 2/3 of his health off, so... I don't know, they're going to go back to the A-bomb side. They have the bomb there as well, but there's a crossfire set up in the middle. If they peek in here, that's going to be... No, actually, it's not even in the middle, is it? They're up in apartments, so there's just Scream in the... or Smith's in the middle here.
I mean, he's been laying his mark all over this right now. He's going to do it yet again with a kill on a Neo right there. He's looking for a second, gets it on a Taz, looking for a third here, but Bialy finally shuts him down. And with that 2-man hold on apartments, MBK I believe that Shocks are able to rotate around here and really kind of confine him, but Snacks, what a shot on MBK in that pit. And he's looking, well, he's not even looking for a second one. That's the problem, is that Shocks is waiting there in pit. He might be able to pick this one up if they do push in and Scream. He's running some distraction.
Indeed, and he's coming up behind him. There's both there and Shoxy. That was a really good angle to find. You know, they were both occupied looking down towards Library, and that's not good. So another round coming in from VeryGames. Now they have a 2-round lead, I believe. They're really looking good right now, and well, they're all looking really motivated or concentrated right now. I mean, this is kind of the difference, isn't it? If it was Universal Soldiers taking a 2-round lead, you'd be expecting them to be yelling and screaming. And VeryGames, they're really quiet. They're just taking it slowly. And you're right, Shoxy there with an incendiary grenade, and there's actually one in existence as well. So VeryGames, and this is something we actually see them do a lot, you know, in Inferno, they do use those Molotovs to try and keep the terrorists away, and it's lovely to see.
Well, speaking of the screaming and cheering for Universal Soldiers, let's go ahead and take a listen on the Raycon and just kind of see what's going through their comms.
Poleciałbym smok.
Ej, środek flashujecie jakoś?
Nie mam. Ja wychylam.
Z okna.
Poleciałem.
Nie trafiłem.
Flashuję
Jest
w
krzyż. Leży z krzyżu.
Więc ja jestem ślepy.
Fixu 300.
Nie trafię. Standy leży, jeszcze Standy albo ruiny.
Więzienie.
Well, as you can see, they're calling out shots left and right, and look at this. They've been able to pick up the round. You know, commentators curse. That was like commentators' luck right there, turning it into him, but they take now 6 rounds on the T side, Anders. That is amazing to do, especially against VeryGames.
It's really, really good. And was it 6 or was it 7? I'm just wondering, because I can't see actually right now.
It's 6.
It's 6. All right, good. So that's going to be it, 6 to 7, and that's really, really important. Now, every round they get from here on out, it's just topping. It's really, really nice for them to do that. VeryGames being overrun in the A bomb site, and looks like, are they going to go for the push once again here? Look at Shoxy aggressively up in the apartments, and there's a straight headshot onto Snags. It's going to fall back, so great early kill. And I know that last round from Universal Soldiers made me so confident, but all of a sudden, you know, it's taken away. Shoxy, aggressive play, it pays off.
A great shot out of him too. That was phenomenal. In existence, you're seeing him, that incendiary grenade. He wants to be able to keep. Make sure they have enough time here for anyone to rotate over. And you do still see, I believe that is Taz in apartments right now. You can check on your mini-map. So he's trying to cause some sort of distraction here. And if he gets a kill, I mean, we've seen this happen before where they distract at A and then they just rush B and the bomb is still over towards this B site. So we might actually see this happen.
It's perfectly possible. The smoke comes out. He's going to try and flash through the smoke here. Taz with one. And maybe another one to follow, but MBK, you know, he's so experienced at playing this position, and he's just waiting. He knows that actually he's jumped down through the smoke. That's incredible. He actually managed to bypass MBK. No, it's going to be Nathan to take down Taz, and now the fake that you were talking about, it doesn't really play as well when your decoy dies, and Bayali alone in a 1-on-5 situation almost could have burned to death if he had tried to run through that. Not going to be working out. Great round from VeryGames. Actually, each member picks up a kill, so we'll call that Team Ace, in fact.
Teamwork right there. That team ace, I think that's the first one we might have seen too.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that was a term that Threat actually taught me at some point. So we'll give him credit for that anyway. 8-6 is going to be the scoreline. The final round of the first half is coming up. Universal Soldiers, can they bring it back home? Well, they only have 2 AKs and body armor and P250 to bring it home with. An MBK has an auto sniper, and there's still an AWP on Shoxy.
If Universal Soldiers pull this one off, I think they might be able to pull this complete game out. And I think even with 6, it's very likely. Just like I said, not a lot of guns. Smith's going to still leave his mark down on middle, picking up 2 kills. Pasha does kill MBK here. Smith's still alive. Oh, he finally gets taken down by Pasha, though, and this is a 3-on-3 situation now. Existence still sitting in pit here, and we see VeryGames flanking them from the back, but Pasha, he's ready for it. He gets a kill. Existence turns around, though, picks up 2, and Shocks from the backside, gonna get Pasha down. So we're gonna have a 9-6 scoreline here in this first half in favor of VeryGames.
Yeah, and Pasha somehow didn't hear the op shot go off from Shoxy there. That was very disappointing, because that was looking... I thought he could have turned around and maybe got it, but it didn't work out that way. Well, 9-6 for a scoreline. It's actually not that bad. You're right. They could come back and win this. And once again, a lot going to come down to the pistol round. If Universal Soldiers can take it, yeah, then they're looking really strong all of a sudden. If it goes to VeryGames, then there's a chance that VeryGames can make the fight back and actually manage to do it. I think this is going to be really one of the most interesting halves of this whole tournament so far, at least. 9-6 for the score. So welcome back if you're just joining us. VeryGames versus Universal Soldiers here in the semifinals. A best of 3, and this is the second map. The first map went to VeryGames.
Let's see how VeryGames can pull this one out. If they're going to be pushing up here, let's see, they are a little bit favored in the pistol rounds. And we've seen Universal Soldiers be so aggressive in middle, and that's what I'm wondering about how this game's going to go. Is Pasha going to go for another auto sniper like we saw him against Navi a little bit earlier on, as he does pick up a kill onto Existence?
Yeah, Pasha there with a kill, and also some chickens being killed in the meantime by Shoxy. They really do not like those chickens, do they?
Dinner, we you know, still have dinner to look out for, so. Gosh. Anyway, that's a stupid joke. VeryGames down one man, still working towards A. Bomb is still currently sitting in mid. And as you can see, there's only one man over at Banana for Universal Soldiers. They're stacking this A side, and Scream gets the better of Bialy, but Taz, he is waiting there. He is just waiting for his moment to shine right now, and he might be able to have it happen.
Yeah, there he's letting them through, but Snacks goes down. Taz, it's time to move, and he's not doing it. He's waiting for them. He knows more people must be coming soon, and they are. He turns out right now. We can obviously see there's the shot. Can he get the second one? He can. Taz, great double kill. It's going to be Smith and Shoxy alone. This is such an important round, and there it is. Shoxy goes down, and Smith's alone, and Taz is trying to gun him down. He will fall finally, but Pasha and Neo, 2-on-1. This is doable.
And it looks like he's just going to wait inside, wait for that bomb to be planted here. As he does actually spot him, Smith's looking for the kill here. Gets on a Pasha, but he still has Neo to worry about. And this is a 1v1 here. Neo, 100 health. Smith has 20 seconds remaining. Going to go for the plant here. And can Neo pull this one out? This will be huge.
He stops the plant, in fact, and Neo's being hunted down right now. Smith has all the confidence in the world. He's trying to get it, and he has to reload. 10 seconds on the clock. Neo should actually turn around right now and wait for it, because Smith has to plant, and there's the plant. He's going to try and fake it again. He goes for the shot. He finds it. Oh, Smith, the triple kill. Great round from VeryGames, and Smith in particular. That was a 1-on-3 that he won.
That composure to just stay so ready for that. Even the plant, he just committed to it. He's like, he's going to rush me if I plant this. I got to turn around, try to fight him. And Neo, even with those sweet jukes he was pulling off, those spins, it wasn't enough to save him. So VeryGames going to take the first round here. Going to have a 10-6 lead, and let's see if Universal Soldiers can do anything about this.
They have body armor and P250s now, but grenades instead of head armor. I'm really confused now. This is the Polish twist to the VeryGames strategy. I'm really excited to see how this is going to work out. VeryGames winning that round, and the way they won it in really makes a big difference in the game. I think Universal Soldiers, they would have been on a high if they could have taken that pistol round, but instead now they may be a little bit down.
You heard him screaming behind us. They thought they had that round until Smith said no.
Yeah, Smith said no. Oh man, that's really brutal. 10-6 now. And let's see if this maybe body armor will make a difference. They maybe don't even need the head armor because there's Galil's and AKs on the other team, so head armor won't save them all that much.
We do have a 3-2 split coming in here, but Smith picks up the kill on the Snacks, and they're just starting to back away. It looks like they're going to converge onto middle here, and you just see there's still 2 in this B site for Universal Soldiers, even after Snacks went down, but a little bit of dinking going on. Bialy gets the kill onto him, and Smith returns with the kill back onto Bialy.
Yeah, they're going to wrap around the long way around the bomb site. Maybe going to be caught in the archway here. Taz coming around. There are some people in the arch as well. Taz with a great headshot, blinding headshot. In fact, Pasha is going to get the kill, but he goes down, and Neo drops as well. Scream coming in, and he's just clicking people away.
He got a shot through that smoke right there, that second kill. That was phenomenal.
I'd like it if we at some point could get the headshot percentage from Scream up in this tournament just for the fun of it. 11-6 is going to be the scoreline. Actually, wow, that's some pretty good timing right there. Scream's headshot rate for the Fall Cup here, 2013, 70%. Highest of all EMS players. There it is.
If that's not impressive, I don't know what is.
In plain text and numbers. No doubting anymore can be done. Universal Soldiers...
we have a 4-man stack of B for Universal Soldiers. If they can pick up this kill, this would be huge.
They do get the one on Smiths, and, well, going to be able to maybe pick up. Actually, just had a Bison. That's almost a little bit taunting, isn't it? Like, you get a rifle, but it's a Bison.
Oh, well, but let's see if Taz, he knows they're coming in. Everyone is rotating over. If he can just hold on, he can pick up 1 kill speed. Fantastic for them, but he gets taken down by... And this gives VeryGames this positioning inside the site.
So, Bialy and Pasha, 2-on-4 situation. Scream waiting for them to come through the smoke. If they do, well, then it's going to be really tough. He even throws out a flashbang, because why not? And MBK, is he just guessing through the smoke? He's just hoping. He can hear them running through there, so he just wants to find the right angle. But so far, not so much. Pasha, 1-on-3. Finally, MBK comes in with a kill. 12-6 as a scoreline. And now Universal Soldiers, I mean, the fact that they lost the pistol round does not put them out of the game. I have faith. I want to see that third map on Cash. I think it's possible.
Right now, I'm looking at this, though. This is what worries me. If Universal Soldiers lose this round, I think their spirit's going to be broken.
Well... I think you're right. You know, this is one of those critical rounds, and Smith has got somehow 28 kills, which is really it's really too much, isn't it?
For any one man.
They're gonna put Smith in the Overwatch, and somebody's gonna ban him.
Oh, there we go. Neo picking up the first kill. This is exactly what they need to stay in this, at least in my opinion. And the bomb is still over towards Banana. They do have one man over towards this A side. I believe that's in the hands of Shocks. And he's trying to create some sort of distraction, but even then, they're actually going to commit over towards A. And with that, US is going to rotate someone over from B. So only one man sitting there, 4 at this A site. This could be disastrous for VeryGames.
It could. Great early kill, obviously, from Universal Soldiers. Not losing any health either doing so. Well, 8 damage taken on Neo, and now the push is coming through. They smoked up towards short, and they're running towards the archway, so don't want to get caught in any kind of crossfire. Bialy gets another kill. That's actually through the smoke, so great play. And VeryGames, they're dropping in numbers, but Scream finds the one headshot on Pasha, and that might be the beginning of the comeback in this round.
I just see one man still over at B for Universal Soldiers, but right now it's not mattering as Bialy picks up a second of the round. Scream, last man standing here for VeryGames, gonna be pushing up, trying to go around towards A, but there is actually a Universal Soldier person inside archway. Yeah. Snacks, he could just push through it now and pick up 2 kills. However,
he already did damage to Scream actually walking through there, so really great job. They need to just play this slowly, passively, wait for VeryGames to come. There's no point in them trying to hunt them or challenge him at all.
And there's 13 seconds on the clock right now. Taz just trying to distract him, just like you said. Bomb is actually being planted right now. It will get down, but Neo picks up that kill. Shocks, last man standing, gonna go down. So Universal Soldiers gonna stay alive here, gonna get the round, but still importantly for VeryGames, they got the plant. They have the money to spend again.
Yeah, I mean, if you can actually, you know, they were in a 2-on-4 situation. They got the 1 kill, made it 2-on-3, and put down the bomb. That's a pretty huge success for VeryGames, considering what they were in. So, yeah, that gives them money to buy once again here, and that's going to be pretty important. 12-7, and Universal Soldiers, well, there's only 5 rounds between these two teams. This is going to be a really close matchup.
This might have been like the first round to kick off, you know, the next 6 or 7 or maybe even more for them.
Yeah.
Let's see if they can pull it off. They are sending 2 back to B yet again. They want to be able to control that. And for good reason, VeryGames actually pushed up there trying to get control themselves, and it looks like with this push, Neo gonna be looking for a kill or 2, and this could be fantastic for him. He might be able to pick up something, but it looks like instead he's just gonna back away. He's gonna play it safe, which you can respect.
They are actually all coming, so it's really great, especially because Universal Soldiers actually had 3 people here already, but now one of them has fallen back, and he's actually coming back in again. I think that's Pasha who's about to rotate in, so they're at the right site, but VeryGames, they do a lot of faking on this map, and Snacks is going to go out a peek, and that's a really good peek out there from Snacks. If he can realize there's nobody there, that gives them a ton of information.
Look what they're doing. They actually just came back right off the back of that, too. They're playing mind games within mind games currently, and Shocks gets taken down over at A, so now Universal Soldiers know it's coming down to B. VeryGames rushing in, but can they take the site?
They need to move quickly. They need to kill these people at the back of the site and just go for it. They have no time to wait. They know the backup is coming, so really speed here for VeryGames is the key. But Snags, he's putting a hold to it. Neo gets a kill as well. It's Scream alone in a 1-on-5, and a great defense from US. And just both sides, they got all the kills. Nobody dying. Fantastic.
And just for the fact of staying, just, you know, not giving up, not rotating over too early. I mean, they saw them going back, but that push that I think it was Snacks made. Yeah, Snacks made in a banana. I think that single-handedly kind of turned it around because they knew they weren't there. But then I think he heard them coming back, so everyone was able to stay in B, and they were able to pick up those kills.
And now it's an eco round from VeryGames, and a full eco, no body armor or anything, so great play from Universal Soldiers. This is going to make a big difference for them, momentum-wise, and just team chemistry-wise. They're going to be doing a little bit better after this one, so yeah, maybe a little bit of a Benny Hill theme strategy coming out from VeryGames, running back and forth up along Banana. I mean, it could fake them out. It could end up that Universal Soldiers make a rotation, and if they hit the right side at the right time, maybe it works out.
That's one of my favorite shots. Go through CT spawn to B, back to A, through CT spawn. You just keep going in circles until you kill them all, but obviously at my skill level, that kind of works, unfortunately. But right now,
it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, sadly.
Matchmaking strats.
Oh, man. MBK already down to 17 HP. Just like you said, eco run out of them, so we're looking at a 12-9 score line, and Universal Soldiers, they're doing just like you said. They're taking it 1 round at a time, and as long as they keep doing that, as long as they keep winning those rounds, they have a very good chance of pulling us to a map number 3.
So I'm really curious. 12-8 is going to be the score, and I'm really wondering if they take this round easily, if we should almost try and switch it over just as it changes to the voice comms, just to see how happy they're going to be. Well, Snacks is defending right now, and up on coils as well. Neo with the Molotov, and here we go. Snacks going to pick up 3 of them. Can he get the ace this time? Actually, Neo will pick off 1, and I'm just wondering.
Oni zagrają 100% wyskoczą dywanem teraz, bo wiedzą, że gram agresor standard.
Hey!
They are pretty happy.
I thought he was like, hey, why are you listening to us kind of thing. I don't know. But we do actually have, I believe, a pause coming in because we did lose someone over on VeryGames' side.
That is the first time in this tournament that we have had a player disconnecting from a service. So
Smiths must be having a little bit of problems. Or not, sorry, not Smiths. Oh, what am I saying? Bialy must be having a little bit of problems here, but hopefully those will get fixed shortly here. And this is something that I actually am really curious about. And Anders, I want your opinion on this.
Yeah.
When you're on a winning streak like Universal Soldiers have been for the past couple of rounds, and you have a pause like this come in, does that affect you think?
It can. I think if the pause is long enough, which I don't think it will be.
Yeah, this one wasn't.
But if it is a long pause, it can actually be a bit of a problem. But now we're right back into it. I mean, ESL, they know what they're doing.
They don't mess around.
No, they don't mess around. They have these things on lockdown, so that's really cool. It does make a difference. It's really frustrating in some tournaments because you actually do get the sense that some teams, they had momentum, and then all of a sudden there's a 15-minute break, and then, you know, they come back and lose. I don't think that's what's happened here. But VeryGames, you know, they can't underestimate them. 12-9 is going to be the scoreline. And, you know, Universal Soldiers, one round at a time, they need to stick with it.
A little bit towards the middle, at least I think. But here comes the rush coming towards him, and he's actually going to get taken down by Scream, keeping that headshot percentage up high. But Snacks, with that nice flash coming out, gets 1 kill and gets some damage on a Shocks right there, down to 11. So, if anything, we're coming out quite ahead here. But VeryGames, the rotating back around, if I could speak, back to B here. And Neo, he's the only man standing. Can he hold on to this?
He's doing exactly the right thing right now. He's falling back into construction. He knows that if he tries to hold against 4 people, he will die eventually. So he's going to get the 1 kill here. He's still alive, and he's bought a little bit of time for his team. The bang through, which is a great idea, but he doesn't guess the right angle. 4-on-3 situation, and Neo actually playing this one really, really well. So, yeah, this retake could happen, but unfortunately, they don't have a single flashbang, just the 1 grenade here, so it's actually going to be tough.
They have 2 in sight. Shocks with 11 HP overwatching Banana and Existence. It's going to be all about him, I think. He can pick up the kills. Taz gets 1 on a Smiths. Existence goes down, and Shocks is all in the hands of him. 11 HP against the 3 members of Universal Soldiers. He gets taken down.
Yeah.
And we're seeing a 12-10 scoreline now. We could have an even game coming up here in 2 more rounds.
Very, very cool. And actually, I mean, that was a terrible position for Shoxy to be in. It would have worked great if they could have got a crossfire, but the bomb was actually behind the fountain in the B bomb site. So it's not like he could just peek off and kill somebody. Like if he was planted at the grill, he would have been able to maybe do something, but there was no chance. 1-on-3, great play from Universal Soldiers, and now, well, VeryGames, they got the bomb plants that they could buy, but actually, if they hadn't got this this plant down, they would have been ecoing. So, yeah, they're on the brink now. Polish team, very strong at the moment.
Sometimes it's all about the small things right now, but VeryGames rushing up Banana, trying to control it here, but Universal Soldiers fighting back, get 4 kills. Existence goes down, and just like that, I think that was within 5 seconds. Universal Soldiers come out with the victory.
And we see the shot of the team. You hear the clamping in the background, and that's going to make them so happy. Neo with a godlike defense behind that car wreck there. He just actually killed 3 people, one of them even with the USP. I thought he was going to go down. That looked like it was going to be VeryGames making it through. And now the French team are under a lot of pressure. They're buying Galils. There's no armor at all on Smiths. They have nearly no grenades. This is VeryGames' way of saying it's all or nothing time now. They know how good the Poles are at this point.
Let's see if they can take the game back for themselves. And in a little bit, I want to actually go back to the Universal Soldiers voice comms again, just to hear if they're, you know, getting really pumped up or whatever. But right now, VeryGames sitting 4 in Banana, waiting for the time to strike.
While they're doing that, actually, maybe we can listen to the Frenchmen a little bit, because they're going to be coordinating quite a bit doing this. So let's hear what they're saying. There it is. You can hear them just talking as they go in there. Snack's going to get the double kill. Shoxy with 1 in return, and now Neo in the back. He gets 2 of them, and it's going to be Shoxy alone. He finds the headshot, but 1-on-3. Great defense. If they deny the bomb plant here, that's going to make a huge difference. VeryGames will have very little money to work with, and they're going to equalize the scores. Well, Jason, this is a great performance right now from Universal Soldiers.
And look where all 3 of them are. They're just surrounding them, but Shocks picks up 1 on Bialy. Pasha, can he come around and pick this one up? Shocks going to look for a second, but Taz shuts him down. And we're all tied up here in map number 2 here in this best of 3.
Such a delight to see them play. No bomb plant. 12-12 is going to be the score. And now the question is, have the Frenchmen got in them what it takes to finish this best of 3 2-0 style? Can they really come back here? This is an eco round for them. Shoxy's bought an AK and body armor, and actually there's some armor on Scream as well, so they're not even fully ecoing. I think VeryGames are maybe clinging to the last hope here.
Maybe catch him off guard too. All it takes is really 1 kill to turn things around, and we see Existence with armor and MBK with head armor and P250s, but no, not any damage being traded across as BLA just going to back away, try to play it safe here, but all 5 men of VeryGames grouped up towards middle, grouped up towards pushing into this A side, and let's see if Bialy can hold this. He's done it so many times before.
There's 3 people in the middle. We can kind of see the lasers. They're, you know, a triple crossfire setup in the middle. There's only 1 person in B, so they have 4 people in total defending this A bomb site. They're going to be really tough for VeryGames to come through here.
Here they go. Rush coming in. Taz picks up one. Looking for a second here over at Apartments. Actually, it's taken down, but Pasha picks one up, and Bialy sitting in pit. Going to be trying to hold this one down to lock it down for his team. He gets one, and Bomb is currently still up, but not planted just yet. Pasha gets that kill, and we see Bialy from the pit pick up the kill, and right now, Universal Soldiers getting the lead for themselves.
Fantastic stuff, and a little bit of a gamble as well. They had only 1 person in B, 4 people in A. That can be a little bit risky, especially because the player in B was actually holding far back. So they didn't have much information, but maybe they're just reading VeryGames at the next level right now. And an auto sniper picked up on Pasha, and there's an AWP on Smith. So the last stand maybe for VeryGames, and there it is. Smith will find the shot on Pasha, so an expensive rifle just lost.
Yeah, and I was saying that a little bit earlier. I wasn't, you know, too confident when he did that against Na'Vi a little bit earlier on, and well, it obviously doesn't work out for him this time, but let's see if VeryGames can take this round, and if not, it might be hurting a little bit in terms of money, but obviously we're coming down to the thin of it. People have to start winning the rounds. You have to buy everything you can, and Universal Soldiers, down 1 man already in this round. We can hold on to this.
Yeah.
Another chicken.
Yeah, not the casualty of war. Stabbed as well, that's pretty brutal. 12-13 is going to be the scoreline. Let's see if VeryGames have what it takes to bring it back. Well, they've got the early kill on Pasha. That's an important one. But it could all swing back. 1 bullet from somebody on the counter-terrorist side is what it takes here. And VeryGames, you know, they're really putting their brakes on now. They got the kill, and now they're slowing everything to a crawl. 40 seconds on the clock. MBK trying to shoot through the smoke, and that smoke will keep them out of the B-bomb site for a while. Existence is here with the bomb, which is a huge tell, and Neo gets the kill. He has been the rock of this team in the second half here. He's just been defending like a champion in this bomb site. He's going to throw out the Molotov. If they want to come, they're going to have to walk through fire if they're going to try it, and they're going to actually stop. They get the kill on him through the coils. That's a great angle from Existence to find. Now 3 on 4. That could be the pivotal kill here.
Bomb gonna be planted here in just a second. Existence gets a kill on a snack, so they have a 4-on-2 man here. Can Bialy come back? And I'm not sure Smith has that up.
I don't think they should go for this. 2 on 4 is too much. The bomb is already down. VeryGames are not stupid. They are definitely going to be defending his bomb site. They're screaming with a headshot. And Taz, well, he's alone in a 1 on 4. I know that VeryGames have the economy to buy here, even if, well, they lost it, but even if they throw away these rifles. But that isn't the situation. Like, this could come down to the very last rounds, and they might have needed those 2 rifles. You know, maybe that sounds like I'm trying to over-dramatize everything, but it's true.
You're very right. I mean, I think people underestimate the economy game of this quite a bit, and I'm saying VeryGames one of the best teams, if not the best in the world at managing it. Come out with that round win, and we see Smith still with that op, and you see Pasha, he's like, no, not going to peek middle again, not going to go for that a second time. And honestly, smart play out of him.
It is smart play. You don't want to make the same mistake twice, not against VeryGames, so why not just try and smoke them away? And, you know, Smiths, if they force him up close with the AWP, well, he can still use it. He's proven that, but maybe a little bit less effective. And let's see how this is going to go. They're still really defensive on the Universal Soldier side. No one pushing Banana, nobody pushing Apartments. They're letting VeryGames come to them, and I think that's actually a smart move.
Let's see if it works out, though. That's the real question. They still have 2 at Banana, though. 2 covering that B site. VeryGames, like you said, taking it very slow, being very clinical about this, not trying to get ahead of themselves or be down on themselves. But Bialy, he's... I can't say there's been one bad player on Universal Soldier's side. They've all been really stepping up, all been making those key plays, and
yeah,
Bialy, he's been instrumental at shutting them down middle. And let's see if he can do it again here as flashes are starting to come in. And that 5th man, MBK, going to be coming in towards his A side. Here we go. They're going to go for the push here. Bialy, can he defend against this?
Yeah, grenades up, and I think they're going to smoke off towards Archway. And Bialy here's in the fight for his life. He's going to go down, and Taz jumps down to pit, flashes out, but there's going to be at least 1 player coming out through Apartments, and I think it's Scream who's up there, and if he hits a headshot, that might just be the round. Snags is going to be forced back, but there's nobody in B. They've made the full rotation here, and that's the right move. Pasha's going to pick up 1. He gets the second one. He gets the 3rd one. Oh, Pasha, that's amazing. Now Shoxy and Scream alone, but they make it back somehow. Neo in a 1-on-1 with Shoxy. This is too fast to even cast right now. 1-on-1. And there we see the view. Jason, this is going to be so tense. Neo has saved his team so many times in this half. Can he do it once again? He just has to find the 1 headshot on Shoxy. 1 click of the AK is all we're looking for here. Neo, he's trying to bait him out. Bomb is ticking away in the background, and there it is. Shoxy gets it, and that is going to make the Frenchmen happy. I could hear them screaming in the background from that one. That gets them hyped. They take the lead again, 14-13.
And that was such a fantastic play at a posture right there, picking up those 3 kills. I mean, he stood up in the state of adversity and just shut them down, and he's got to be able to do it again, though. They're able to buy because they have the money, but we're almost at match point. VeryGames looking to get these last two and kind of end this with a perfect 2-0. Like Universal Soldiers, they're making them work for it, if anything.
That should have been a round victory for Universal Soldiers. You're right, that kill from Pasha, well, the triple kill, in fact, that's supposed to seal the round, but VeryGames, they've just brought it back straight away. So actually, headshot percentage from Pasha is 80. He's outdoing Scream in this match by 5% when it comes to shooting people in the face.
Wow.
That is pretty impressive.
He was ahead of Fifth Flare in their game a little bit earlier on, I believe, against Mouse Sports yesterday. But right now, they need all the headshots they can possibly get. 14-13. This is getting ridiculously close, and Taz, he can make a huge player if he can get those 3 players down.
Yeah, but if he gets dropped, that means Bialy down through the canopies in a really bad position. Taz is just waiting here. They're smoking off. He's trying to shoot through, but it does not have that many bullets. He's going to take the first kill on MBK. He gets to reload, but can't find the second shot, and now backup needs to come in quickly. Bialy here spots the one person. He needs this headshot. This is all or nothing right now for Universal Soldiers. If they lose this round, it's a terrible, terrible turn of events. Then they're fighting for overtime, and they can't do that right now.
Bomb's still stuck in pit, though. They haven't been able to transition it out and transition it into these sites, and they're getting flamed right now from all directions. Universal Soldiers are closing in on a Pasha with a big shot right there. Gets Smiths down. It allows them to push into the side a little bit more, and they're still stuck in pit right now. And obviously, it's a great position to be in, but not when you're on the terrorist side. And we're seeing Universal Soldiers clean them up one by one. Scream, last man standing. Can he pull this one off? He already gets one. He's looking for a second here. He's getting hit from all sides, and Neo closes it out.
There it's going to be just listening to their comms. They didn't even talk that much. That's actually impressive, but we could hear them screaming in the background. And now, well, VeryGames 14-14, their money situation, it allows for some buys, but this is a big deal. We can't actually see the money going down, so try and bring up the scoreboard. It's 14-14 right now, and VeryGames, their economic situation, if they lose this one without planting the bomb, that's done. That's Universal Soldiers winning Inferno.
You've already casted one triple overtime. So there's a possibility for that happening again, but Snacks pushing up, being very aggressive on Banana here. First time they've done that, I believe, in this half. They catch him off guard, and they get the man advantage here, but Snacks, he's so low on health.
Gets the first kill. It's always important, and, well, there's a Galil in the mix. There aren't that many grenades for VeryGames, so, you know, if you don't have that many grenades, it's hard to make really tactical plays, because you need those smokes to smoke off various sites. I think they need to go.
And the thing is, you've always talked about information, and with him pushing up like that, Neo staying there, they know they're going A, and because of that, they start to rotate everyone over. But because of the calm that's happening right now, they're actually putting 2 back at B.
Yeah, they're making... I mean, Universal Soldiers just need to play this safely now. Standard and safe play. It sounds boring, but it's the smart thing to do here. They have a 1-man advantage. There's no reason to take any risks. 2 at the B bomb site, 3 at A is going to be just fine, but they're really anxious about losing this round, and you can understand why.
4 seconds remaining with Pasha, with those flashes, really stalling them out here. And they do... in terms of positioning, I think Universal Soldiers should have this round, but it comes down to the shots. Pasha and Snacks going to create a crossfire here. And Snacks, can he pick up any kills? He actually gets taken down by Existence, and this is not good.
No, but Pasha and Taz coming back in return with kills. Shoxy and Existence are left. The bomb is dropped as well, so they actually can't even pick it up, and now they're in a terrible situation. Another man down. It's Shoxy alone in a 1-on-3 now. He's got the 1 kill, but he goes down, and there it is. 15 rounds for the Polish team, and this is a great situation.
And you said VeryGames didn't have the economy to buy up this round.
Yeah, no bomb plant, no economy. Now they are, well, this is the Hail Mary. Now they have to just go all in, and this is going to come down to pure skill, and I think even a little bit luck. This is their P250 body armor buy with some grenades mixed in.
It's worked against Universal Soldiers before on Nuke, but I don't know if it's going to work a second time.
No, I do not think so. We could be looking at 16-14 here for Universal Soldiers. In fact, it's very, very likely. They have to make a mistake, and VeryGames has to pick up a rifle, and then they have to go from there. Shoxy actually has one, and weirdly, he's the one without any body armor. So they might just try to use this rifle as a, you know, as a wedge somewhere. Try and get in, maybe kill somebody, pick it up on a new player, and then keep going. It would be a smart move.
At least over towards B. I'm not sure if that's going to happen, because Neo has been on form today in this map. And Shoxy is actually over towards the A side anyway, so... They're trying to distract him here. The bomb's currently sitting in Banana. Yes. You can hear them behind us. They are talking like crazy. They want to be able to shut this down, and here comes the push on B.
Yeah, Snacks running through, in fact, and they're flashed. You can see that flash animation, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Snacks trying to fall back, and he's completely blind as well. It's going to be life at will! Oh, Snacks, beautiful play, and that's going to be a huge boost of momentum. 3-on-3, Shoxy, Scream, and Existence are left, and he's trying to wall bang through as well, not quite finding the angle yet. And the bomb is going to go down, so it's not done yet. It could be overtime.
is getting very critical right now. This is getting very crazy as we do see Bialy pushing in. He's going to be looking for a kill here. Remember, this wasn't Eco out of VeryGames. They pick up a kill. They pick up a second. Actually, that wasn't a team kill. My bad. But Snags, he's the last man standing at 1v2.
As time, you do not want to team kill anybody, but Snags here 1-on-2, and the bomb is ticking away. This is really, really hard. VeryGames, they're so good at these positions. I don't see Snags come out of this. He's going to go for the defuse. How much time is left? No! Existence finds the kill, and it's overtime. 15-15. There we go. This is the semifinals now. Universal Soldiers came inches away, but the French team, with nothing but pistols and 1 AK, somehow they brought it back. What an amazing game, and it isn't even done yet.
This is like the highest level of Counter-Strike that you can see, and it's so enjoyable to watch, so enjoyable to cast, and seeing these two teams duke it out like that, go into overtime. Wow.
I mean,
good stuff.
A knife as well from Snags.
Yeah.
If he had somehow died in that situation, that would have been like the one thing people would have taken away from this tournament. Everybody would have, created a thread somewhere and said Snags lost the game for Universal Soldiers, but actually he did incredibly well, and that's really, really scary and funny at the same time. And now, yeah, now they need a little bit of time just to get something to drink and maybe think the situation through the overtime format is actually it's actually MR5 with 16,000 starting money. So the first team to get 6 rounds in the overtime here, they are going to win. And right now, I just don't know. I don't know who has. Well, I mean, I just don't know. I mean, I keep thinking about the word momentum. Who has the energy going into this one, and I don't know. I think probably both teams.
Remember the sides they're going to start on too. I mean, we had VeryGames start on the CT side coming into this. And now because we have Universal Soldiers on the CT side going into overtime, they will stay on the CT side, I believe. And that is not bad. I mean, considering they got, I believe it was 6 rounds on the terrorist side. If they can pull off, quite a few here, and if they can keep that energy and rally it up like they've done on the terrorist side, you still could be looking at that game number 3. But then again, you think on the other side of this coin, who was in the same position just yesterday?
Yeah, it's true.
Against Fnatic.
It's true. It is not an easy map to play Inferno. I don't know. It's I'm blown away. I'm actually blown away by the fact that it's come this close. What
I am too. I'm actually I'm almost speechless, and that's funny because it's our job to talk, and yet we can't.
I mean, the thing is, you're right. There is a bit of a difference because VeryGames they did get to start off on the counter-terrorist side when it was the normal time. So now it's going to be Universal Soldiers doing that. If they can keep up where they kind of left off, I think they will eventually come out on top. I feel like they have just a little bit of an extra inch. I feel like VeryGames got, I don't want to say they got lucky, but they were definitely not supposed to win that final round. And if it comes down to that once again, it could be that the Polish team is going to make it out on top. I think they are just slowly setting up to be ready once again. So I think all we can do is just enjoy this. 15-15, and the overtime is in effect. We even have a small little overlay for it. I love that.
And for everyone that's just joining us here, this is the second map in this best of 3. VeryGames is up 1-0, and we are in the first overtime. Potentially could be more between Universal Soldiers and VeryGames. And right now, I honestly couldn't tell you which way it's going to go.
No, we'll have to just learn here. So they've got standard set up here on the counter-terrorist side, nothing too exciting really. And VeryGames, well, they've made it all the way up banana, so they have control of that now. And Neo has been defending like a maniac in this B-bomb side. He's just been so good, and Snags has been helping it out, but sometimes Snags tend to sort of leave and go to the A-bomb side. And they try and switch it up all the time. Actually, this time they're going to flash out, and they're both flashed. Look at the animation, but Snags, he couldn't get the kill. Scream with one in return. That was a great idea, and it almost worked.
Yeah, going to be pushed up here. Bomb is actually going to be rotated around from VeryGames, and Universal Soldiers did send someone else there, but we see Smith gets that kill down in middle, and that might be the key to let US know that they might be going A, but in their mind games, the bomb is still over towards B, and with that kill, it made them rotate back over, but Pasha gets a nice kill here. Looks like he's going to rotate back over to B.
It's going to be on Neo once again, like it's pretty much been all tournament, or at least all this round here. Taz going to pick up one, Neo goes down, and that's a big problem. Pasha gets the kill on Scream, actually, and I think he had the bomb as well. So Smiths and MBK, 2-on-2 against Pasha and Taz at the moment.
Bomb's going to be planted here. Can he get the shot through the smoke? No, he cannot, but Taz coming in. They're both in sight here. Pasha just trying to chip them down. He gets taken out by Smiths, but can Taz pull this one out?
He's basically 1-on-2, and if they just stay safe here, it should be just fine. They just need to wait for him to come into a crossfire situation. There's the one kill. Can he get the other one? It's a 1-on-1. Smiths there, and there is going to be the shot, the triple from Smiths, and they've won the first round of the overtime, and that's actually a really big deal. It's been so hard to come by these terrorist rounds, so to get one in the overtime, it makes a big difference.
That was still so close right there. I mean, wow. Taz almost coming back, almost able to lock down those 2 kills. But either way, just like I said, VeryGames taking that round, 16-15 now in this first overtime. They had 16,000 start money, so obviously Universal Soldiers will be able to buy up again here. And Smiths, ever since he picked up that op, he's really been shutting down middle, and Pasha's been having a hard time dealing with that in terms of contesting it.
A little bit, and they're not going to try and, you know, peek up and do anything. You know, they just want to have the crossfire set up and then hope to kill them as they come in. They don't want to go aggressive and try and peek everyone off, which, you know, some counter-terrorist teams do. 16-15 here, and Smiths, well, they're making their way into the B bomb site once again, and that's a great choice right now. There are 2 people defending, but Neo goes down. That's bad. Neo's been so good at defending, but he needs to step it up right now. Pasha comes in. He's going to drop. There's Smiths with the shot, and this is a really bad start. Snag's the only surviving member inside this bomb site. No, they haven't spotted him yet, and that's a big deal.
Oh, they know he's there. He gets 1 kill, though. He stops the bomb play. He gets a second, looking for a third, but now Screen kills him. But either way, they stop the plant. It's a 3-on-2. Bomb has not been picked up yet again, and it allows the rest of Universal Soldiers to rotate over for this.
Yeah, 2-on-3, and I think they might just go for it here, even though it's a little bit risky, because, well, the bomb's going to be planted soon. There's MBK with the shot, and Taz, well, now it's not worth it anymore. 1-on-3 is probably not going to happen. I mean, MBK here caught off guard. Taz going to get that shot. They're going to have to make a mistake here for VeryGames to lose this.
Taz going to commit towards construction here. He's in this situation just a little bit earlier, just the round prior, but this time he might be able to get the better of them. He's over towards Spools. Scream's going to spot him here, but who's going to get the best of each other? As we see Shocks actually coming around the back of Taz, and he has to make the play happen soon as he's getting hit from the back here, and Shocks will take him down. And now VeryGames taking 2 consecutive rounds here in this first half of the overtime.
That's a very big deal. 35 kills on Smiths currently, which is actually pretty tremendous. And 2 rounds in the overtime going on the terrorist side. That's really great. There are 3 rounds left of the first half of the overtime, and Universal Soldiers, they do actually need to win all 3 of them, I think. Otherwise, it might just be a 2-0 victory here for VeryGames, in spite of all that they have tried on the Polish side, which is a whole lot. My God, they've been playing well, but the
Will it be well enough?
The Frenchmen, they're the defending champions. That's the question. Well enough. It's a loose term.
Oh, right now we see VeryGames pushing up middle right away, and Bialy just getting out of position by 1 or 2 pixels. Gets taken down, so does Pasha, and Taz going to come down out of Boiler, picks up 1. Oh. It's not enough. VeryGames have 3 men compared to Neo, who's the last man standing over at B, and it looks like he's actually going to be saving, well, I was going to say saving his gun, but he's still heading over towards CT spawn.
I think Universal Soldiers, they know as well that now it has to come down to these crazy 1-on-3 situations where you have to win them. I mean, you know, technically it might be worth it for him to save it, but at the same time, if he could bring it back somehow, that might be what wins them the game. They're not looking to, you know, play for more overtime or anything. They want to win this. He isn't actually going to go in. It seems like he's just waiting for any kind of exit kills that he could. If they're peeking him, maybe he could get a kill and then turn it back, but well, it's not so easy. And when they peek him, it's all at the same time. He actually does get the 1 kill in, and 1-on-2, not enough time left here. I think, you know, it's too late. Shooting over a grenade to throw 2, smart play.
Not gonna get any kills here though, but he's trying to keep him inside at least. Maybe make him waste a little bit of money, but with how much they started with how winning 3 rounds works, they don't really hurt on that.
No, they're doing just fine. And actually now maybe we can try and talk, listen a little bit to the French team, just to get an idea about how they talk, because they do seem to be a team that communicates a whole lot. So let's just quickly tune in with them.
Ça marche. On joue sur l'Abdelli, il est chaud, on continue. J'attends la Groban. Ok, je vais te mettre une flash antenne, attends. Oh, c'est bon, laisse-moi jouer tout seul. Non.
Ça gros.
Ok.
Ça smoke avancé. Gogo il sera tout seul, banane.
Adil, reviens avec nous, vous êtes prêts? Attendez, pousse-toi exit, je flash, go traverse.
So there we see a lot of communication and pretty exciting as well. And Neo, well, he's going to be hiding in here as the sole member in the B-bomb side. A huge gamble from Universal Soldiers. And Neo, this time, is really time to shine. He's not got a kill yet, and they are going to be coming for him, all of them. And there's the shot from NBK. They smoked off CT spawn as well. Shoxy finds a kill anyway. Actually, Snags is going to push his way through. And they're so blind. He get the 2 kills in, but it's not enough. Pasha comes in, gets 1, gets 2. Shoxy in a 1-on-2 all of a sudden. What is happening?
Shock's last man standing. He actually went to CT spawner here. He's going to flank around back towards B. But guess who's waiting for him?
Pasha on very low health, in fact. So Shoxy, he knows that he's in this bomb site. If he finds a kill, well, it's back to a really strange 1-on-2 situation. Or 1-on-1, in fact. If only he had a grenade, but he doesn't. And now he's really low as well. It's going to be Pasha trying to gun it out. Can he find the kill on Shoxy? He's only seeing faces, but it's not enough. There's the kill. Finally, Taz bringing it home. That was That was actually Snags, I think, saving them, jumping through the smoke then. That could have been a round lost easily. One more round of the overtime is what we're looking at least for the first half. 18-16.
Oh, man. Snags and Pasha both getting double kills in that round. Fantastic job of them. But just like I said, last round of the half, Universal Soldiers, they really need to win this one.
Yeah, they don't have much of a choice anymore. They've already lost, 3 rounds, the first 5 here at the overtime. On the counter-terror side, that's really bad. They needed to win 4 out of 5, I think. So I think VeryGames are in a terrific position. They are inches away from making their way to the grand finals right now. So this time, well, last time was a B push. This time looks like they're heading up towards A, and they've actually taken over the apartment so they could just jump in there. So Smith, he has an AWP, and he's up close. You know, that's not... Does he understand what a sniper rifle even is? It has a scope on it,
It's just like a regular rifle, but it kills in 1 hit.
The scope, it's just for it's just the accessories for Smith.
Yeah, it's just for looks.
Just for looks.
But either way, well, see, as you see right there, was able to pick up the kill on Bialy. You did see Snags go down as well, and that is Taz falling, and now that is 5 members of VeryGames going to be taking over this A side. And it's looking like they're going to come into this half with a 19-16 lead.
Just back to basics for VeryGames. All they needed was the break between normal time and overtime, and then they're right back to doing what they do so well. NBK with another headshot coming in. Neo in a 1-on-5. Universal Soldiers are not going to win this round, and it's going to be 19-16 for the first half of the overtime. Very, very strong play. Neo does get the early kill, but I mean, there's so many people left alive. So 80% of MR5 overtimes with a winner. A 20% chance for double overtime. So
I wonder what the percent chance of a triple is.
I don't even want to know.
Probably ridiculously small. But either way, VeryGames in the second map of this best of 3 in the first semifinal of the day. 19-16 scoreline going into the second half of the first overtime. That is easy to say. Can Universal Soldiers pull this back? I mean, we see them do some amazing things on the terrorist side, but this is the time to make it happen again. And you know, remember, they have to play cash after this if they can come back.
I mean, the boring answer is to say anything is possible, you know, round after round and all that stuff. I think VeryGames are literally inches away from winning this game right now. They have done so well to win those 4 rounds on the first half, so they need 2 more here on the counter-terrorist side. Out of 5, I think it's perfectly doable. But Bialy with a great early kill. And up close, Shoxy misses the shot. Snags is going to get another one. Universal Soldiers, they're ruining all my plans and predictions here.
Oh, man. That was amazing job by Bialy over in Banana. You saw him pick up that first kill and actually got, I believe it was Shox at 20 HP with the nade coming in, saved his life. And just like that, Universal Soldiers get the bomb down a B. Gonna get the first round of this second half of overtime. Gonna take it 19-17.
There is a significant difference here to point out as well, which is that Existence, well, he's left alone in a 1-on-5, obviously. They're going to try and go and hunt for him, which is a really good idea. They might as well try and see if they can get this rifle away from him, and if they can, it's great. And there it is, flawless round. But VeryGames, they have made a really heavy investment in this round. You know, they bought an AWP, whereas on the counter-terrorist side, when it was Universal Soldiers on there, they didn't actually buy that many rifles. Well, they bought rifles, but no sniper rifles or anything. They mainly just bought M4s. So VeryGames have to be careful. 16,000 is a lot of money, but you can run out if you buy auto snipers and sniper rifles, you know, AWPs and stuff. So gotta be a little bit careful, and now there's no AWP on that side.
Now you're gonna come in. You're gonna hit, actually, wow, double nade hits Bialy and Pasha, gets him down about 50 health total.
And well, push up the middle aggressively. There's actually 2 people hiding in the cheeky corner here. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Shoxy, if they check him, they will, and he's going to go down. Great play. Taz with the double kill, and now it's all on MBK's get the 1 kill. He's going to keep spraying. Can he get a second kill? No, well, actually it does happen, but Bialy brings it back. 2-on-2 situation, and Taz is very low on health.
They will have the bomb in hand in just a second. They do have the option to go back towards B, but they're pushing towards Boiler's side here. With the flash, just trying to back away. That smoke going to come down, going to kind of cut off this entrance. But they have a minute left. They have a lot of time. And you can see, with this time that they've been able to just sit here for, VeryGames sent one over to B. So now it's a 2-on-1 in that A side if they commit for it, or 2-on-1 in B. And they're going through apartments. They're going to catch Existence off guard because he's sitting in pit currently.
Yeah, and the time that they're wasting here, that, yeah, you know, Scream, he thought if they were going to go to the B and then rush, they would have done it already. So the fact that they hasn't seen anyone yet, he's just thinking, okay, they're probably just waiting and trying to fake us out at A, and that's exactly right. So 2-on-2, and well, VeryGames, they're ready for it. This is going to be really tough. This is such a strong position because you only see the head when they come out of the apartments, and Existence cleaning that up alone. Didn't even really need Scream there. 20-17, 1 more round here for VeryGames, and I think they have the victory.
Well, Universal Soldiers going to be able to fully buy up here.
It's almost 40 kills on Smiths. That's pretty ridiculous, isn't it?
That is, and not to mention, I mean, 3 other people on his team have over 20 kills on top of that. Right now, it's getting very, very tense in here. So you do see 4 men of Universal Soldiers rush towards Banana here, but I can't even tell if they're going to commit to it, but they do gain control of it at least, and that's what won them the first round.
Let's see, Viali's pushing up. They need every round from now on Universal Soldiers. They're going to have to try and fight for double overtime is what they're looking at. They need the next 3 rounds in a row without making any mistakes at all. They spot somebody on Banana, but VeryGames, they actually had 3 people in this B bomb side. They were expecting that maybe it was going to be a really quick push to the B bomb side, and then they would have been ready for it. Now that it isn't, you know, they've seen it, they have the smokes ready. They're going to fall back to a standard setup, so I like this play. And it's going to be all up to the Polish team to try and make a breakthrough. They need an early kill somewhere, and the problem is, if they come through here, they're going to look for... Oh, they switch it up. They're going to look for existence, and then they're not going to be checking for Scream. And that's a big problem.
And I believe Scream does have a smoke on him, so it's going to delay him even further here. Because obviously, like you said, they had 3 here, so they're able to throw those smokes down quite a bit. But we do have the rush coming in from Universal Soldiers, but Existence gets taken down by Taz. A huge entrance kill here. They're going to commit over towards CT spawn, and Smith picks up the kill on the BI. Scream spraying away, gets 1 kill on Apasha, gets the bomb down, and now it is 3 on 5. Now 3 on 3 here as Neo picks up that kill. But we have very low members of health over on Universal Soldiers' side, and Shock's very low, as well as Scream. And Scream spamming through the smoke, but he gets taken down. Neo and Taz doing work here. But MBK coming in for Banana, gets that kill, and he is in a 1v2. Taz is down to 1 HP.
Oh, and this grenade onto him is going to take him out now. It's a one-on-one. Neo has already got the double kill, but it is Nathan Smith to take it home. What a great way to end it for MBK. Tremendous play. And, I mean, Universal Soldiers, they tried hard. They brought it to overtime against VeryGames on Inferno. That's something that has to make you proud. But just like Fnatic, they weren't able to bring it home. Oh, what a crazy game that we saw. That's going to be it, though. VeryGames, they win 2-0. They win on Nuke. They win on Inferno against the Polish team. A really crazy series. But that means VeryGames is in the grand finals. Universal Soldiers, they qualified for DreamHack still. And we'll have to see. The other group is still coming up. The one that features, well, NIP and Copenhagen Wolves.
Jinx. But yeah, I mean, what I love, though, is that the fact... Universal Soldiers, how much they've improved since cut number 4, or since group stages. Yeah. Ridiculous. And if they do put that much hard work and determination into it again, coming into DreamHack, I think they easily could be a top team.
Yeah, DreamHack is not far away, but in Counter-Strike time, in preparation time, it's far away. There is definitely a lot of room for improvement here, and I think Snacks and BioLead, they may have needed this LAN experience as well, and now that they have it, they can go back, look at what they did right and what they did wrong, and then improve from there on out. And you know, they face up against what is likely, maybe the best team in the world right now. Well, maybe we'll find out after the tournament if that's true. They've already taken down NIP once. If VeryGames do it again, they just might actually be crowned that. So that's a tough call for anyone to make. It's been a tough group, and they actually made it out second in the group. So and actually made it all the way to the semifinals. So very, very impressive stuff. Gotta be happy about that. But actually, I want to say this because I heard Get Right say this yesterday. He was tired of hearing casters say that they shouldn't be sad. They still made it far, and Get Right's right there as well. So maybe you can hear me. But they are going to be sad. Of course, they're going to be upset. But I'm hoping still they're going to go back and look at it and realize that they actually had some really tough opponents, and that their time in Counter-Strike is far from done yet. You know, they're a really strong team. They have a long history, and you saw how that experience paid off. They played against, well, maybe the best team in the world, and actually brought it to overtime on one of their best maps. So congratulations, obviously, to VeryGames in the grand finals, but Universal Soldiers, I don't think we've seen the last of them.
I hope not. I really hope not. They're a fantastic team. They've been putting in a lot of work, and hopefully we'll continue to see them. We'll see them obviously at DreamHack. Hopefully they'll do well there. Now we got NIP and Copenhagen Wolves coming up next. Quickly, what's your thoughts on that?
Oh, that is going to be a tough matchup.
Don't be biased at all here.
Don't be biased at all. I think, had it been not too long ago, I would have probably said that I think Copenhagen Wolves could have taken a map off of NIP. Now, I'm not so sure. I feel like Copenhagen Wolves are probably not going to want to play Mirage at all. So I'm wondering what the maps are going to come down to. I'm really don't know. It's going to be a really tricky one. I'm going to have to put it 2-0 to NIP. Okay. I would have said 2-1 maybe earlier in favor of NIP still, but I'm not so sure anymore. But I think we actually have the interview ready, so let's switch it on over to Paul and one of the winners.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Copenhagen Games just getting themselves ready as well over here in Studio 1 at ESL TV Studios with MBK after a fantastic end to a very, very good game indeed. Well done. Congratulations. First of all, you've reached yet another final. defending champions, so it feels really good for you guys, I guess. And what a nice way to finish the match, you know, 1v3 right at the end, just for you to finish them off.
Yeah, well, I just got kind of lucky with the nade, and then, you know, that was pretty much in the hype. I just pretty much rushed in and just thought about headshot, and there was like 50 seconds left. And yeah, I just capitalized on that, and I got it.
YOLO, into the site, don't care. Let's talk about map 1 first of all, because map 1 was very, very good for you guys. You just absolutely destroyed them on CT side, and then from there on, really, it's always difficult, isn't it, on Nuke?
Yeah, true. The city side is very favorized on Nuke, and I don't know why, but teams are generally kind of afraid of playing on Nuke, and I think we proved once again that we are one of the best teams on the map. And, well, the score isn't that showing of the level of Universal Soldiers. I mean, they had excellent rounds. We managed to win some clutch situations, like 2-on-4 situations and stuff like that. They played an extremely solid game, and the score, even though it's 16-4, I guess, was still a very close game.
Yeah. And when I said to Pansy and I discussed beforehand, when Nuke didn't come out of the map veto and it stayed in, we were like, ooh, okay, that's a bit of a gauntlet thrown down, because you guys are really good on Nuke, so we were surprised by that. That wasn't a surprise as a result. But then we move on, and the second map it kind of seemed like it was getting away from you guys a little bit, and then all of a sudden they're on map point, and you have to come back again. I mean, what went through your minds when you were at that point? Were you thinking, what's going on?
Yeah, I think Inferno is becoming the classic map more than the Dice 2, for example. Everyone is playing it at a very, very high level. We managed to win the city side 9-6, which isn't that good considering Inferno as a very city-sided map. And yeah, here we are losing 15-14. We have P250s, Kevlars, and you know, we didn't have much left. We managed to win the round in pretty lucky fashion, I guess. He was alone on Banana, and we just managed to rush him up. After that, we just took a brief talk, and yeah, since that point, we just knew how to finish our rounds, how to work them up. And yeah, we managed to do that pretty well, winning 4-1 on the first overtime. And yeah, we just did it.
Yeah, pretty much set you up, didn't it, that 4-1 first? I mean, after that, it's very difficult to lose when you're in overtime situations. But when it actually went to overtime, were you thinking, oh, crap, these guys, they love their overtimes, and they love more than one, usually. Were you worried at all?
Actually, we just tried to bring our best. I mean, we weren't thinking about the past and how they did in the previous matches. We knew what we had to do to win the rounds, and we started playing with the sniper, and Smith did an excellent job with it. We managed to grab the rounds 1 per 1, and coming on the city side, we were kind of afraid though, because you know we started losing rounds, pretty crucial rounds, and yeah, we managed to close it on a lucky 1-on-3, and that was pretty much it.
Okay, so through to the final now. We've got the Copenhagen Wolves versus NIP coming up next, but I guess what everyone wants to know out there, and I'm talking from the neutral's point of view, but also from a fan's point of view, I know there are an awful lot of people, whether they admit it or not, actually want to see a VeryGames NIP final. Do you have any? It's Taz again. Taz is allowed to do that. Have you got any personal preference for which team you play, or do you actually want to play NIP now?
Well, actually, we want to play NIP obviously because, you know, they're our main rivals since more than 1 year now. They're definitely an excellent team, and that's going to be the team we're going to have the less chances to win against, I guess, because, you know, they're just excellent players and they know us extremely well. Considering Copenhagen Wolves, I think they can upset NIP. They have an excellent game, they have excellent teamwork and very good strategies. And they have players such as Dupree, Freeze, you know, that can make the difference headshot-wise. So it's going to be a close game, I guess.
Well, congratulations, and we'll see you in the final. VeryGames are safely through to the final. Who will they play? We're about to find out. It's NIP versus Copenhagen Wolves next, but before we get there, let's break down the game with some very interesting replays, courtesy of our Pansy.
Well, welcome back to the analysis desk. We've got some people walking in. They'll be edged away. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, what an incredible game we had there. Universal Soldiers put up such a damn good fight. That was absolutely unbelievable. Congratulations, however, to VeryGames. So let's not waste too much time here. There's a couple of rounds that really jumped out to me, just displaying how hard fought this game was between both sides. So let's bring up that first replay. It's of the first map here. Now, you guys remember what's going on. It's the second round here. Universal Soldiers did pick up the first pistol. Vital stuff, especially on such a CT bias map. So let's get this one underway. Let's press a bit of play on this one. Keep eyes on where that T-side is going right now. So they're looking towards that outside section. Vast majority of them are there. Snacks, however, still towards that inside lobby. And as Jason pointed out at the time, eventually, VeryGames do get fairly anxious. They start pushing out towards the lobby area. Shox is the only player near the T-side right now. He's just playing it smart, though. He's playing it cool, calm, and collected. And the T-side are making their way through here. So they've got some good foot ground behind them. They have a real shot into this round at the moment. No one dropping down. 1 minute 6. Look at the ground they're covering. They've gone towards that lower bomb site here. They're fairly comfortable. They've got the advantage of weapons. But, as I mentioned, Jason pointed out that at this point, the CT side already went aggressive towards the lobby area, slightly working out where they're going, and you can see the likes of MBK here already set up. So first kill comes in. Let's pause it right here. Let's bring this one up. So you've already seen the fact that Existence and MBK locked that one down so quickly that any thought of surprise just got removed. They worked it out from the offset. Now, the big thing to mention here is the fact that these guys, as you well know, had weapons. So right now, we are still in a 4v3 in favor to the side who should not have the advantage at all. So let's look at the setup already. We're left with Taz, Neo, and Pasha. Incredible players. But let's see how they deal with the situation right now, because they've got a lot of work to deal with, and especially with this man still alive. So let's get this one back underway here, see how this evolves out. The flash is still coming in, but look at this. Still keeps going. Finds Neo, finds Pasha. And, well, Taz is still alive, though. He's got, you know, a fair bit of armor. He's got the AK, but MBK could not care less. Absolutely stunning stuff there. And VeryGames turning it at that point just took so much momentum away from the Universal Soldiers. It was just unbelievable. So we can cut that one off as soon as you want, or you can leave it running. I'm not too fussed. But that point was absolutely pivotal to those guys, because they barely made a dent back into that game afterwards. And that's the danger of VeryGames. But there's one other moment as well. Funny enough, another pistol-esque round. It's actually on the second map, so hopefully we can jump over to that. It was the first round of the second half. You guys probably remember it, to be fair. It was a little bit hard fought, to say the least. So let's let that one load up a little bit. We've got people upstairs running around like lunatics, putting in DVDs everywhere and trying to make it lined up. But the fact is that I chose these ones because it showed pivotal points. First one was when VeryGames just took the advantage and ran with it. It was huge, and they didn't drop it since. Now this one is more the fact how hard fought every single round was. So let's press play on this and have a little look through here. We're a little bit ahead at the moment, but you've already seen the fact that Existence is down. So, massive advantage already to Universal Soldiers. Let's see how much they can keep hold of that, because at the moment they've got a big disadvantage here. Scream continues on to B. Arlie. Smith's looking down towards that B site, backs away, however. So let's bring up that overlay just so we can bring it up possibly, because this is the man I want us to watch right now. Taz is in a perfect position here. Plays it calm, even though he knew there were players around the bottom of Banana. He stayed still and then played his timing perfectly. Comes out, finds Scream and MBK. Let's see if we can pause this right now, just to slow it down so we can kind of take evaluation of where we are. Now just Smith's alive in a 1v3. This has swung back and forth the whole time, and this round was so damn needed from the Universal Soldiers. Pasha's kill coming onto Shox there gave him such a confidence boost. But let's continue to see how this one goes, because Smith's is certainly not done. He finds Taz. That's a worrying sight, because that's just opened up the entire A site, but there's still a player present. So goes in with the bomb. He's got Pasha. He's got Neo to worry about. But there goes Pasha. Let's pause this one up right here, because by this point, they probably worked out where Neo plays. They're not new to each other. He is normally that B Guardian, and he did it so damn well throughout the rest of this game. But at such a pivotal moment, he's left in a 1v1 up against Smith. Now, I'm not sure if we can change point of view to Neo's side. If we can, I'd love to see that. Not sure if it's possible, but let's just keep eyes on that right there, because this is the main focus of it. That ammo count is going to absolutely screw him in a minute. So let's play on this one and watch how this one goes down. So Smith's about half health. He's not sitting too pretty. Not a great deal of time either. 22 seconds. Let's get this one back underway to see if we can see how this goes. He's on full health here. No armor, but still. Gets that reload. 12 bullets here. Pushes in, plays it carefully. Trying to get that headshot. Desperately needing it. Smith's challenging out. He's pushing on this one. There's the moment of sheer panic, because at this time, Smith has barely received damage. He's not connecting the bullets that he desperately needs to. Neo's now down to 3 HP, and it's just so back and forth this entire time. But let's just play and just see this one out right now, because what can Neo do? 8 seconds left. Not very many options. Smith goes for the fake. He knows that he's going to be pushing, and that is a huge round. Now, at 10-6 right here, they've just picked up the pistol in the second half, even though they already had the advantage. And I do want to point out the fact that Universal Soldiers from that point onwards actually took it all the way into overtime, which is ridiculous. These guys played so damn well to take it that far, especially after losing a round like that. So that's something to write home about. definitely worth being proud of. So congratulations to those guys for getting to that point. Obviously, you're not going to be too pleased because obviously going home, but still, getting your place in DreamHack is not a bad way to go out of things, especially with that in mind. But VeryGames will be edging further forward, and well, I can't wait for the next game. And I do believe we actually have a bit of a member present from one of that last clips there, so I can't wait to hear his thoughts towards it. But anyway, let's pass you over to Paul, who is waiting in the wings to take us through some information.
Thank you, Banty. Yeah, great breakdown again there, just showing the incredible 1v3 from Smiths at the moment. I watched that with Neo, who's alongside me, and it was a bit frustrating watching that back because it kind of reminded you of how close you were.
And how bad I did.
Hey, you said that, not me. I'm going to try and brighten up your day a little bit, and certainly you guys out there as well, because we've got a very special thing going on in just a few moments' time with this man right here. If you've ever want to know whether he owns a dog, what colour his car is, where he lives, what his telephone number is, well, maybe not what his telephone number is, but any information you want to know from this man, Neo, a.k.a. The One, he will answer your questions in Raycall in the next few minutes. So make sure you get yourself Raycall, Raycall.com, of course. Download it, install it, go to group 1997, and Neo will be there very shortly to do a Q&A. Thank you very much for doing that, by the way. And commiserations on the semi-final. I hope we see you back again next year, and best of luck at DreamHack, of course.
Thanks very much.
All right, thank you, Neo. Right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it's match number 2 of our semi-final. Who's going through to play VeryGames?